All right, Shalom. We Hebrew Israelites. We come in and week out to prophesy the downfall of Babylon, better known as America. But before we do anything, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh,
Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, Rakwakadash.
Double honors to our apostles and elders who are our teachers, a great millstone. Peace and salutation to y'all who put this truth throughout the four winds. All right, through the spirit, we're going to go into how these heathens, they basically brought us down, and they think that it's not going to be no recompense for it. So one of you brothers, let me grab Zechariah 2:8.
Zechariah chapter 2, verse 8. For thus said Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahshua host, after the glory hath he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you. For he that toucheth you toucheth the apple of his eyes.
That's right. So, contrary to popular belief, who you call God and Jesus don't love everybody. Okay? And not only that, he has a chosen people. Okay? And it says that he that touches you touches the apple of my eye. Basically, you touching on his chosen. So it's like if you have your woman or your kids, when they're in an imminent danger, you're going to do something to protect them. That's your kid, okay? No matter what, by all means, somebody has to pay and be paid back for what y'all have done to the children of Israel, okay? The chosen nation, all right?
This is Jeremiah 30:16. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them shall go into captivity, and they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all they that prey upon thee will like gift for a prey.
So somebody has to pay, okay? Recompense will come, all right?
Leviticus, book of Leviticus 25, verse 44. Both thy bondmen and bondmaids which thou shalt have shall be of the heathen that are round about you, and them shall ye buy, bondmen and bondmaids. Verse 45. Moreover, of the children of the strangers that do sojourn among you, of them shall ye buy, and of their families that are with you, which they begat in your land, and they shall be your possession.
Right, brother. That's payback. That's payback, bro. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Ezekiel 25 and 14.
I knew, that's why I keep moving.
I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel.
Right.
And they shall do in Edom according to my anger and according to my fury. And they shall know my vengeance. Said Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai.
God. You're going to know it. It's going to be made known to the whole world who the chosen people are. And payback, man, it's going to be a beautiful thing, bro. Because these people are walking around full of pride. Everybody full of pride. Right. And the chosen people are at the very bottom. That's a beautiful thing. Go ahead.
That's right, brother.
Revelation 13:9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
And that's what we patiently waiting on. Right. But the beautiful thing about it is, if you look at the hand of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, all these nations, we are the lowest on the planet. So when you look at that, nobody's expecting him to use the scum of the earth to everybody else. We're the scum of the earth to everybody else. So he's going to use a small number of these people that everybody looks down upon like, oh, they ain't shit. Could you imagine? Could you imagine how everybody's going to look and say, you gotta be kidding me, bro. The Negroes was the chosen people? Right. You gotta be kidding me. But that's how sweet it is when Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai puts his hands on something. You know what I'm saying? That's great deceit. The whole world is deceived right now because they think that the real Jews are in the land of Israel. You know what I'm saying? They think they're in Jerusalem right now, not knowing that they have the treasured people of the planet right here in Babylon, which is known as America.
I got a precept for you, just backing up that point. This is Romans chapter 9 and verse 22. What if Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, endured with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction, and that he might make known the riches of his glory on the vessels of mercy, which is who his chosen people. It says, which he had aforetime prepared unto glory. You know, so Yahweh Shem Yahushua set up what his chosen men upon the foundation of the earth. All right, and the Lord is basically gonna use these damn heathens, all right, to basically be a whipping stick for a moment. All right, but then what? Then he's gonna show his power through his chosen people who he's gonna raise up.
That's right. And not just even that, it's gonna be where the ones who the world look at like they ain't nothing like, cause everybody got their perspective on how a man and Lord should be and how he's supposed to look. We're gonna go to the same thing Yahushua went to. That's why they forsaken Yahushua.
Right.
And be raised up at that latter end. You know, because that's what it's about. Hey, Yahweh Shem Yahushua got these people in trick bags.
Right.
You know? Everybody going to everyday life, they expect everything to be good, but what? And you see what 1 Corinthians 4:9, the Lord have raised up his prophets last. All right?
That's right.
And now you see it, you have the true men of the Lord, all right, not those damn those bastards dwelling as God, all right? We bringing out this truth. Right. That's showing you what these scriptures would not fall, you know?
And people basically, what they do is they look at gain as godliness. You know what I'm saying? If you're in a church house, you got a 3-piece suit on, you driving a Rolls Royce, you got a air court strip in your backyard, then you must be a man of the Lord because, well, it's prosperity in him. So God must be dealing with him. You know what I'm saying? But that's not how it works. The Lord sees the most in the least. Right. You know what I'm saying? And right now, we're the least on this planet. So it's gonna be a sweet thing, bro, when the Most High basically opens up those doors, and it's time.
You got the thing out? There you go. It's rolling now.
Good, I can come.
With the shaved face and the business suit is going to be considered shit in the kingdom of the Most High, because everything that is done and is considered the top of the society is completely against the scriptures. And what's beautiful is about the elect, the 144,000 righteous 1/3 in the kingdom. These kings and these queens, these Rothschilds, these Rockefellers, these DuPonts and these Gettys are going to come to you elect. Yahweh willing, we're up that number, and they're going to lick the dust off of your feet, as it says in Isaiah 49:23.
That's right.
And kings shall be thy nursing fathers, and their queens thy nursing mothers, and they shall bow down to thee with their face toward the earth, and lick the dust of thy feet. And thou shalt know that I am Yahweh, for they shall not be ashamed that wait on for me. So point blank period, you brothers shouldn't be getting weak in these last seconds of these last days. This year was correctly termed the year of the Karagma, or the year Esau really pushes for this chip. Because as you can see, articles are coming out damn near daily on the microchip implant, which is the mark of the beast, showing that our salvation was that much nearer than what we originally expected. So you just got to keep strong and keep pushing this word, because you don't want to give up the chance to be the masters of the universe. For hand around to this. Look at this garbage. This is nothing worth having. You have women that aren't virgins. What? You have fucking homosexuals out here. You have people that eat pork and shave their face and just are subservient to women. It's not worth anything. This is all going to be destroyed by thermonuclear missiles.
Right.
Con. I got a precept. Con.
This in the back to brought up, man, that a lot of the things that he spoke about is according to the prince of this world, man, which is the heathen, man. That's so-called Edom, Esau, man. This is his glory. Right. But the Most High ornaments and his jewels that he gonna make up is Jerusalem, man. All right, this Isaiah 62:2. It says, and the Gentiles shall see thy righteousness, and all kings thy glory, because the glory of the Lord is Israel, man. Right. What it is? His crowning achievement. His opus magnumus, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That perfected work.
That's that perfected work, man. And you looking at it, yeah, the crowning achievement, man.
Apple of his eye.
Yeah, you got it. But we the apple of his eye, man. You looking at it, and though we are esteemed as the nothing in this society, man. A prophet has no honor in his own country, man. Right. Look at us, people just walking past us and just completely just have us in vanity, man. Right. These people are in vain, man. All right. it says, and the Gentiles shall see thy righteousness, and all the kings thy glory. And thou shalt be called by a new name, which the mouth of Yahweh shall name. Thou shalt also be a crown of glory in the hand of the Lord, and a royal diadem in the hand of thy power, man. So, hey, we long for that day, man. That's why we out here pushing in a new city with the same old word. The same old Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shah, man.
Right.
Coming to destroy this place, man. You see what I'm saying? It says, and thou shalt no more be termed forsaken. Because right now we forsaken in these streets, man. Right? The men of the Lord are looked down as the mire of the streets, man. Right? The nothing and nobodies, man.
Shit.
Right.
We are forsaken people, man. The whole house is sick.
Right.
It says, neither shall thy land anymore be termed desolate. Because Israel, as we know it, man, is taken over by Jewish people, man.
Right.
People who gutter rats, man.
Right.
Bastards shall dwell in
Bastards shall dwell in Ashdod, man. Pink City, man. It says, but thou shalt be called, I can't pronounce this, but Hazibah, you can pronounce that out? Hafzibah, and thy land Belula, for Yahweh delighted in thee, and thy land shall be married, man. Got it, that's all I am doing.
Hey, bring it out. Let that brother bring it out. Bring out the scripture and let him break it down.
You got it, bro.
I got a sign right here that
Salaki,
says, do this trip to the Americas, man. We went through hell on these cargo slave ships, man. So why would you think in your rabbit ass mind your house shot's gonna come back in a suit and present himself to you, man? All right? We've been through the mud, man. Israel has been from the bottom to nothing, man. And we're gonna be on the top again, man. This Revelations 1 and 13, man, is the description of Yahweh Shah, a great king, man. He did not come in a suit, man. You wear a suit for a wedding, and you wear a suit when they put you in these churches in front of that pulpit, man, when you die, man. But Yahweh Shah is not gonna come back in that suit, man. This Revelations 1 and 13. And it says, and in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man. You can break it down, huh? And it says, clothed it with a garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps with a golden girdle.
So who you basically know as Jesus Christ, who they call Jesus Christ, his name in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shai. He had a golden girdle around his midsection, and he had a garment down to the foot, as all you see brothers out here having on.
Right. And if I can say this, man, look, man, when you wear those girdles around this area, man, that was a time when you're battling in war, so you won't be stabbed in this area, all right? So you won't get stabbed, all right? So that's telling you that Yahweh Shai is coming back as a man of war, all right? It's Revelations 1 and 14. And his head and his hairs were white like wool.
Now, a lot of people will say head and hair is white like wool, and they basically think that means all color. So why would it say why would it tell you head and hair is white like wool, and then the next verse says it's white as snow? Why would it give a double description on what color it was? You know what I'm saying? That's texture. Okay, you go ahead, Doc.
And if I can piggyback off you, right? Look, man, all these brothers out here that you see before us are synonymous, man. If you look in the scalps of these brothers, they have hair like wool, man. We are synonymous with our great king, man. We are going to share these blessings with our great king, man, okay? So there's nothing that you can take from Israel, right? Edomites, 2/3 nations, there's nothing that you can take from Israel at this point in time. That's thus said the Lord, man. We're going to receive this blessing whether you like it or not. We got some more for you, all right? And it says, his hair is white like wool, as white as snow. And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
His eyes were a flame of fire because he drank wine. It tells you that in Genesis, I think the 49th chapter. It tells you that his eyes shall be red with wine and his teeth white with milk. Okay? You go ahead,
And then it even tells you, man, they call Yahweh Shai a friend of publicans, sinners, and a wine bibber, man. Okay? So you know, Yahweh Shai, he indulged in wine, man, all right, because he knew what he was going through. Yahweh Shai did not sin, man. He was taken before Satan. He was given these false idols before him, and he didn't take that bait, man, all right? He died for our sins, man. He's going to come back the second time as a man of war. And it says, His head and his hairs were white like wool, and white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire, and his feet like unto fine brass.
Right.
Now, fine brass, I've actually seen a guy try to break that down and said, brass gets so hot that it turns white. The Chinese guy? Yeah, he was a Chinese guy. Said that it gets so white, I mean it gets so hot that it becomes like piping hot, that it becomes white like ash. Like, just stupid. Go ahead.
And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they were burned in a furnace.
And a furnace. So you put anything in a furnace, something the color of basically a penny, and you burn it, it's going to be very dark. Okay? I mean, that's common sense, bro. Go ahead.
And his voice is the last bit as the sound of many waters.
Because he spoke with authority.
Right.
Okay? The perception of Yahweh Shai in this world was he was this soft, European, pretty guy with long hair, Patrick Swayze looking motherfucker. Blue eyes. You know what I'm saying? Blue eyes. Like, man, get out of here, man. The Lord is a man of war.
Right.
That's not the truth.
That's not the truth. Cesare Borgia.
All right, and I'm gonna bring out this precept about what the brother was saying earlier, how these other nations look upon us, and we are the sons of the Most High, and they look at us as the bottom of nothing. The wisdom of Solomon is going to explain what's going to be going on in their hearts and their minds when salvation comes. This brother gonna break it down. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 2. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear.
When they see it, when they see Yahweh Shai come back, oh, that's a Negro. We've been waiting on this Caucasian man to come back. Oh shit, it's a big Negro. Go ahead, and they're gonna be scared. Like, what are we gonna do? And you know, that's at that moment we knew we fucked up. You know what I'm saying, bro? Imagine the whole world, people been going to church 40, 50, 60 years, bro, and all of a sudden, the guy that they thought was coming to save them just so happened to be this guy right here.
He gonna have a heart attack.
Yeah, man, bro, you know when these people see this, bro, they gonna be shook.
The scripture says they're gonna be crying to the mountains to fall.
Right.
And battle from the
Right.
And shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation.
So they looking at us like, man, nah, bro. Of all people on this planet, these can't be the people that's gonna get salvation, because they look at us right now like, man, these just a bunch of niggas and some garments. That's all it is. We just see a bunch of Negroes. That's why when people pass, they look like, man, what's going on? What are these Negroes doing? You know what I'm saying? Nothing we say is believable. Why? Because we're at the bottom of the barrel of everything. Okay? But when that fire gets to sizzling, what does the bottom do? Rise to the top. You know what I'm saying?
So far beyond all that they looked for.
So far above all, because what they look for is so, like, that will be in their face telling them the truth, but they'll look way down at T.D. Jakes and say, what he have, that must be it. You know what I'm saying? That's why they fill these church houses 25, 35,000 people. You know what I'm saying? But so far beyond what they look for. Go ahead.
And they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision?
Man, you gotta be shitting me. Bro, I played high school ball with this dude. And you mean to tell me this dude is of the chosen number of salvation of 144,000 men out of 7.7 billion? Man, you gotta be shitting me, bro. Go ahead.
And a proverb of reproach.
A proverb of reproach. Like, we always went against what he said. There's no way we're gonna believe that the so-called Negroes are the chosen people. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you can't get out of here, man, with that foolishness, bro.
They spent 500 years
right.
Trying to change the fact, trying to take the focus off of the real children of Israel.
Right.
Just load their whole project on the people. Like we like to say, it's gonna throw a monkey wrench in your plan.
All right. Go ahead.
We fools accounted his life madness.
We counted his life madness. Nigga, you ain't got no edge. What was wrong with you? What? You don't need pork. Man, go on with that shit, man. Go on with that. that's not of the Lord. We don't believe in the Old Testament. The New Testament just reiterates the Old.
Right.
Everything you see in the New basically was, what was Yahushua preaching when he was here? The Old Testament.
Hey, how was Yahushua able to fulfill the law if he didn't go off the Old Testament?
That's crazy, bro.
Everything put in.
Why would he quote the prophets if it didn't mean anything?
His whole existence was based on the Old Testament.
Everything.
Came in the volume of the book.
If I just wanted to just say this one thing. What would be Yahweh's side if it wasn't for the Old Testament, man?
Right.
Did he come in the volume of the book?
And didn't they speak of Yahushua in the Old Testament?
God.
Then prophesied he would go.
There was a particular precept where Yahushua, which is the true name of so-called Jesus Christ, was in the temple, and he was reading from the Old Testament and said, what you're seeing now is speaking of me. And those wicked jakes were like, he's speaking of blasphemy, so they wanted to take him and throw him off a cliff.
Hey, and look, we rock out what's going on according to this day and time, this specific time. And that's a hot topic amongst Israel. You got these so-called Old Testament Israelites coming up and saying Yahushua wasn't spoken of in the so-called in the Old Testament, and you interchange that word testament with covenant.
Right.
And all through that original covenant, man, it was spoken of from Genesis to what's the last book in the so-called Old Testament? Malachi. All right, from the so-called Old Testament, all it did was speak about our great King. You know what I'm saying? So we are out here to rightly divide the scriptures, man, and edify it, man. Our great King, who the world in calls Jesus Christ, he was a part of Tanakh, the Torah, all right, the prophet, the writings of the prophets, the writings in the law, and guess what? He was here before time, man.
He is wisdom.
He
is the word.
Wisdom. He is the understanding of the scriptures. So we bring all these precepts to prove these things, man, to topple the gainsayers, you know, the so-called gainsayers, because you're not gainsayers. You're scoffers. You're devils. You're antichrist. All right. So our Heavenly Father, man, our great King is the Word, man.
Could I get this precept real quick?
You got it, brother. Hey, you bring it out and let that brother bring it, bust it up.
And something you said, we are basically in that same spirit, just like when Paul received it. You know what I'm saying? So basically what you're hearing is, he that hears you hears me. So when this spirit comes out, you're basically hearing Yahushua speak, because he speaks through his men. Okay?
And his end to be without honor.
So all the things that y'all doing are in vain. You're going to hell. That's what they'll tell you. You're going to hell. Exactly. Y'all, bro, you're going to hell, bro. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? We counted his end without honor. There's no honor in what you're doing. You're calling the so-called white man the devil. Okay? You know? Yeah, white man ain't did me nothing, but that's what it is. It just means deceiver. And he's deceived the whole planet. Okay?
And here go the banger. How is he numbered among the children of Yahweh, and his lot is among the saints?
Bam! How is he, the scum of the earth? How can we put him in a situation of salvation when all you see with them on TV is aborting their kids, not being good fathers? You know what I'm saying? That's all you see, but we can't be, we can't be tied to that same, what's it called? No, when, stereotype. We can't be tied to that same stereotype, because it's an elect and a chosen man. When everybody see white men, they don't look at the same as the Jews. You know what I'm saying? They call the regular white folks goyim. You know what I'm saying? So they look down on their own people that way. You know?
Big trail. Everything you might I had a precept to show that that Yahushua was talking about in the Old Testament. This is Numbers 24:17. I shall see him, but not now. I shall behold him, but not nigh. There shall come a star out of Jacob. A scepter shall rise out of Israel. It shall smite the corners of Moab and destroy
destroy all the children of Seth. Edom shall be a possession. Seir also should be a possession for his enemies. And Israel should do valiantly. It says, out of Jacob shall come he that shall have dominion, and shall destroy him that remaineth of the city. That's Yahushua.
If you can receive it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can't receive it, brother.
Right. It's another one more. It says, and when he looked upon Amalek, which is the so-called Jews today, it says Amalek, like he took up this parable and said Amalek was the first of the nations. I heard it before. I don't know. They are the first of the nations. When you look at today, these so-called Jews are worth billions, man. The head honcho of the so-called Jews was Evelyn Rothschild. Back in 06, he was worth over 500 trillion. So imagine how much he worth today. They own everything. They own Hollywood. They own all these music industries, the news, the newspapers. They own everything, man. And they are first of the nations. The nations, even the so-called what they call today the white people. They every year that you have a 401k. Your 401k is giving tribute to Israel, man, the land of Israel, to the so-called Jews for tax return.
Ain't it like 30? I think
70%.
Yeah, like I know they signed some kind of thing where they gave them I think 32 million and they 32 billion and they give them 3.2 billion every year.
If I could say real quick, they get $6,000 an hour.
Right, man. And they are the first of the nations, man. They're held of high esteem, even over here. You better not say nothing about the old Jewish boy, man.
LeBron had to apologize.
Kobe, all on the and if I go on record by saying, they say that they're so fucking rich that they can feed every boy and girl, clothed and slave within 1 day. They can do all that within 1 fucking day. That's how rich the family is.
Let me say this, brother. Y'all remember that shit what happened with when they bought all the information out with the boys in White Hall? But we trace back maybe 2 years ago. He said I want to say free Palestine. He said pretty much the same thing that Steph Curry said. Right. You know what I'm saying? And 2 years later, they putting out all this information about him sleeping with punks and shit. Right. Jealous or whatever. Right. All the fucking thing. And now your boy Steph Curry made a post like a couple of weeks ago. I ain't talking about LeBron, I'm talking about Steph Curry. It's a big difference. Big tall, black, 6'8", burger 6'1", 6'2", red dude, white dude. This man said free Palestine, man, and now all of a sudden they're trying to demand like the brothers bringing on the Amalekites are trying to demand this man to make it happen. Right? Which go to show you control. Right?
Yeah, one of the things they put on you, they say that you're anti-Semitic. Right. How can you be anti-Semitic when you don't actually fruit Shem?
Nobody calls Shem.
Yeah, it's a wordplay. That's what happens, man, with these gutter rats, man. And let me finish it out, dude.
That was Noah's fourth son. That we never heard of.
Verse 20 in Numbers 24 it says, and when he looked in Amalek, he took up this parable and said Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter end shall be that he perish forever. That's gonna happen.
Just going to that point, like, Yahushua been spoke of in the Old Testament. This is Genesis, chapter 49. I'm going to start at verse 9. I'm going to start at 8. Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies. Thy father's children shall bow down before thee. Judah is a lion's whelp. Just going back into the point of like the state of Israel right now. Who are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Natives? We're speaking of Judah, which is the so-called Negro man. It says, from thy prey, my son, thou art going up. He stooped down, he croucheth as a lion. And as an old lion, who shall rouse him up? The scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor a lawgiver from between his feet until Shiloh comes.
Who's Shiloh?
Who's Shiloh? And it says, and unto him, so like and unto him shall the gathering of the people be. And you see see the gathering of people now.
Right.
Only the gathering of the elect.
Once he came back and his spirit was put back on this planet, you know what I'm saying? The gathering starts. Okay?
Because I was gonna say something too. The end started when Yahweh Shai was really crucified, man. You know, that's when the end started. So we've been in the end since what? 2,000 years, man.
It says about recognize 2 days. Paraphrasing, the supper on the Thursday and all that.
Right, and we are approaching that third day. We always, me and this brother here, we always make an analogy of a clock. We have a clock. It's daytime from 12 all the way to about around 6 is daytime. Now we're in darkness. We're all around that clock all the way to 11 o'clock now. Now you start to see the sun come up. And we brought out earlier, man, we get into the time when Yahweh Shai was actually born was around what? March or April, man. Right. So now we're into the time of Yahweh Shai coming back on earth. The sun is getting ready to rise back up. That's why you see brothers are waking up, man. You know, out of that sleep, out of that darkness that's been foreshadowed over the whole world for years, man. You know?
I got a precept to add on what you were saying, brother. This is for you, Ak. This is Hebrews 1:1. Yahweh, who at sundry times and in divers manners spake in the past unto the fathers by the prophets.
Right. That's how the Lord speaks. All of those, the Lord came to talk, and the Lord's not going to talk to us, man. The Lord is not going to talk. The Lord is not, like I always bring up, the Lord's not going to bust up the sky and have a big brown face in it and say, hey, you, talking to you, man. The Lord don't deal like that. He deals with the prophets. And what you see here is the men of old, man. These same men was the men in past times that have come back in the reincarnation, man.
We the first fruit. God, not only be the first fruit, meaning in the spirit realm, we were the first spirit that was created after, when Yahweh Shai was the gathering of the Father. We were the first spirits that Yahweh Shai created, man.
That's right, man.
You know? And we helped the Lord create what you call the universe, the stars, the moon, the earth, the waters, the different animals, and all of that.
If you can receive it.
That's scripture.
If you can receive it.
Come on. The correction on when I say I was paraphrasing earlier, but this is Hosea 6, and I'm going to start at 2. Get straight to the point. It says, after 2 days will he revive us. In the third day, he will raise us up, and we shall live in his sight.
That's what's happening, man. Bring it out so I get back to the brother out.
All right, in verse 2, Hebrews 1:2. Have in these last days.
Right. So we're in the last days, man. We're going to enter a time where it's going to be total chaos on these streets, man. The dollar that you know, that green back into your pocket is going to collapse, man.
Federal Reserve note. Federal Reserve note.
Fiat currency.
Right. It's going to come a time where all these different storefronts are going to be ramshacked. You're going to have cars on the streets from here to I can see, man. You know? These are the times of the enter because these are the last days. Go ahead, bro.
Have in these last days spoken unto us by his Son, whom he hath appointed, heir of all things, by whom also he made the world.
The world's plural, man. Because this is more than one world. You know, you got the dog world, you got the Wayne's world, you got the world of Israel. Right. You're looking at the world of Israel, man. Mountain up, man. Right. See, the thing about us, man, that's the thing that kills the Edomites, man. We fight the spiritual right now. And we doing it right under your nose. The Lord said he's going to wake us up right under your goddamn nose, man. You know, you can't stop us. You know? Go ahead, Doc. You give it back to me, brother, man.
I got a precept.
Just to talk about these coming days of Jacob's trouble when all hell's going to break loose out here. As the brother just said, the dollar's on the verge of collapsing, the U.S. economy's on the verge of collapsing, and when that goes, pretty much the whole world economy is going to go. It's going to be complete pandemonium out here. People won't be able to get money for their jobs. I mean, they're talking about the government shutdown right now, which, how willing it lasts as long as it can, because with that government shutdown coming, you're going to have government workers not being able to get paid. You're also going to have people not being able to get paid their tax refunds.
Food stamps.
Cut the food stamps out.
And honestly, you heathens
And you two-thirds, which are two-thirds you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans deserve as much because you're not coming back to your power. So you deserve to be smiting down in the streets with famines, pestilences, plagues, death, destruction, cannibalism.
That's right.
And this is 2nd Esdras chapter 16. I'm going to start at verse 18. I'm going to start at verse 17. Woe is me, or destruction is me. Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? Because the prophet Esdras, reincarnation is a biblical concept. So when Esdras saw these visions thousands of years ago, he knew he would be reincarnated into these final days right now. And he could be one of these men on these highways and byways preaching this word right now. He saw what would befall this place, and so he's saying, woe is me, what will save me in those days?
The Lord also told Megan brother, he told Job, and he told Job, he told Daniel, and he told John the Revelator that they would see them in the latter days, that they would be alive on the latter days. Right? So they're out here doing what you see us doing.
Hey, the two men in purity, I was saying they walking around right now. And they may be police officers. It may be Homeland Security. It may
politicians.
Be politicians, but they're walking around. That's what the Lord said. Every eye shall behold him, even those that pierce him.
And people that don't believe in reincarnation, you have to explain in Matthew when he told the disciples it's going to be wars and rumors of wars and all these things. Why would he be telling them that over 2,000 years ago? Like knowing they're gonna die, like it's affecting. He knew they was gonna be back, and we're reading it right now. We're reading it right now, like, bro.
Likewise, if I can make a point, Apostle Paul, he say, I'm not even basically tripping because I got my crown of salvation already laid for me.
Right.
You know, he knew he was gonna come back and do what he was commanded to do.
And like the Rothschilds, it was like I forgot which ones it was, but in the beginning, they set out a plan. It was a book I read. They set out a plan, and they basically were saying it's not going to benefit us in our lifetime. They knew they would be back to see the fruits of their labor.
Yeah, you talking about everybody getting into the blue bloodline.
Yeah.
So these elites know that if they keep it amongst themselves, that they're going to come back in that same seat.
Right.
Evan Rothschild, the sisters, all of them know. Even the father, Mara M. Shalbawa, he knew that if I keep this aligned amongst my sons, I'm gonna come back through one of these men.
This guy walking the earth today, man. Right.
Who the name is?
David.
David
Rothschild.
Get a picture of him. Get a picture of that gentleman, man.
Just like him, bro. That guy's back. Just like him. He's back in the flesh today. Just like him, bro.
Look just like him, man.
Could I finish this precept real quick? This is verse 18 in 2nd Esdras 16. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? So pretty much at this point forward, no peace is coming on this planet Earth. And I mean, even you've got heathen people seeing it. That's why you've got all these preppers out here. They know that there's going to be a collapse. There's going to be martial law. There's going to be a World War III, which is going to turn nuclear.
They getting food together for us.
Why this prophet speaking this thousands of years ago, why would he be concerned about what's going to happen in the latter days unless he's going to be here? Be affected by it. I got one. Yeah, I was bagging his brother.
I'm about to bag you up.
Real quick.
This Job.
Go ahead. The main people that's gonna be fucked up, I know you know Esau and the heathens, but you damn black women, bro. When they cut food stamps, they cut Section 8 and child support, that same man you shit on all them years, that nigga wanna knock your fucking top off. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, bro, I'm one of them.
I'm one of them. Speaking of child support.
Oh man,
I'm one of them.
Hey, bro. Hey, you see how Brother Spirit getting round up? Because that's the truth, bro.
That's the truth.
If I can speak on child support for a second, man.
Right.
We got different brothers. There's 144,000. But there's Lord willing we in that number. But there's a bulk of these brothers that are under the servitude of child support, right? We got major high debts in child support. We're not talking about no little petty change, right? And that's all due to the ways of the so-called Judite woman, right? And her ways have defiled herself But the type of Judite woman she is, she will defile herself and anyone around her, man, due to Esau, right? She's in bed with him. She's laid with his philosophies. She's drunk of this wine of this society, all right? So we are, you know how when you get grease out of fire, when the hot grease is popping out of fire, man, you around the fire, you're gonna get hit with the grease, man. That's who this Judite woman is. She's that hot grease, this uncircumcised grease, and she will get hit with this fire.
I like to put it this way, man. So like the so-called black man in America is the so-called white man's pit bull. Then he sits on the so-called black man.
There you go, man.
And that, you know what that stems back to? If you ever read the
Willie Lynch,
man, that dude set something into motion, and you see, I think it was 1792. You see, in hundreds of years later, why he's eating out of their hands. You know what I'm saying? Now, back to what I was saying. Y'all motherfuckers gonna go through it. I'm telling you, when no 911, nobody's going to be there to save you. That's when you get Isaiah 4:1. They gonna be coming. Like, we need to be saved. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, and I want to add on to what the brother's saying. When you look at it's documented in history that when the Most High was dealing with Alexander the Greek, the freak, he had chariots and shit helping him to conquer the earth. All right, so the Most High was dealing with him so he could conquer the earth. The same way the Most High was dealing with Willie Lynch. The Most High gave him a letter and a formula.
I got it right here,
to conquer our people. All right. So when Willie Lynch got that fucking antidote that he said would hold our people down for 340, 400 years, that was given him by the Most High, man. The Most High choose the bases of men to reign in the earth, man. All right, so the Most High controls the positive and negative.
Both sides, bitch.
Both sides, man. We know that. Men of the Lord are brothers that have understanding. We know that. So it was set up through the Spirit that the Most High will raise up this fucking devil and give him knowledge through his fucking his blessed angels to give the devil the knowledge base to take us down, right? And whatever it would take to take us down. When you read Judah, the 5th chapter, those heathens knew that if they kept us away from their laws, they would have us in derision forever.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? So he gave them the understanding of that Willie Lynch letter, what it took to hold us in captivity for years, man.
Hey, I got the child support scripture right here.
He got it right there.
It's in Jeremiah chapter 4 and verse 30. And when thou art spoiled, what wilt thou do?
Talking about the woman.
Though thou clothest thyself with crimson kind.
Yeah, she wearing a crimson dress, all tight.
Nails on.
Yeah, nails on.
It says,
yanking them the 3 weeds. Laid to the side.
The weak ass sew-in.
Yeah.
It says, though thou deckest thyself with ornaments of gold.
Yeah, them brittle ass stilettos on. Go ahead,
Though thou riches thy face with paper, fucking makeup. It says, in vain shalt thou make thyself fair.
Right.
Thy lovers will despise thee, they will seek thy life.
Yeah, so a man gonna seek your fucking life in that day, man. All that hell you done put a man through, they gonna seek your fucking life. A purge is gonna come on you black women, man. You out here fucking around, man. You know, fucking over Jake, setting up Jake to get killed, because most so-called men that get killed by women, man. They come down and say, I want to see you. They got 8 guys waiting for you, man. Then the next time they find you, in the Chattahoochee River some goddamn way, man. Sliced up. You know? Yeah, man.
Hey, your black ass went through it too. And I'm gonna read this insert from it. It says the breaking process of this. They got African women, so-called black women. It says, take the female and run a series of tests on her to see if she will submit to your desires willingly. Test her in every way, because she is the most important factor for good economics.
Right, because even in that book, Nation Does No Color Line, it says one part of the argument says woman lacks faith, because you can easily break a woman. That's why she the weaker vessel.
And this is what your master, who you so-called black women love to worship so much, man. Listen what he says about you. It says, if she shows any signs of resistance in submitting completely to your will, do not hesitate to use the bullwhip on her to extract that last bit of bitch out of her.
No, that didn't say that, huh? That didn't say that.
It's up under the black, the so-called breaking the black woman insert, man.
Right, this is 2nd Ezra 10:6. This is thou foolish woman, above all others. Said thou not what our mourning and what happened unto us? You know, you don't see what happened to the black man?
You don't see it?
That's right, huh?
You looking at it. You know what I'm saying? You see when you put that dude on child support, or you see the effects of it. You know damn well the dude might have got locked up. And you know what? Hey, something crazy about this, bro, is a lot of Jakes really do love their fucking kids and want to be there.
He locked up. If you put them on the same line with rapists, robbers, and
Exactly.
murderers and shit, somebody come at you wrong, you got to defend yourself. You end up shanking him in defense. Next thing you know, you facing 5 to 10 fucking years off for fucking missed child support payment, man.
Right.
You know?
It's a criminal offense, you know. And I was gonna say before you say something about it, it's like the W-2 thing. 70% of the child support don't even go to the black woman; it goes to the government.
Oh
She
man,
only gets 30%.
bro,
Out the East Sam get
Yeah,
that.
Bro.
she only get 30%.
I was behind in child support, bro. I worked 5 years. They was taking this shit out of my check every week. And hey, bro, you know what? When I asked the woman, I'm like, hey man, why is this number not going down? That woman said, for every $50 you pay, $1 goes to child support. Bro. And I'm like, bro, you basically in the fucking hole you not gonna get out of unless you hit the fucking lottery.
And if I can say this too, when you litigate the whole perception of child support, the woman is the sole responsible person of controlling that amount of child support. Because if you litigate, you be like, you know what? All right, look, my means is not what they used to be. I'm making less. You know what I'm saying? Let me pay less for child support. Oh no, I want the same amount. I want the same amount, man. And then you know the judge gonna side with? That woman, man. Because just like when you got a will, if a man dies, he's married to a woman, all his property goes to that woman, man. It don't bequeath to his son or his heirs, man. It goes straight to that woman. She controls it.
One thing before I let the brother speak, one thing you get out of that child support thing is brothers don't know it's on the paper at the bottom of the child support paper. If you brother, I forgot what chapter of
13.
You got, it's one of them.
It's 11 to 13.
You gotta file bankruptcy, man. That'll cut all that shit. They can't even. You know, they gotta reinstate you your license back. You gotta reinstate you where you can go out and make some money for yourself. And that child support, then there is a freeze, man. It's freeze to a lower amount if you didn't file bankruptcy. A lot of brothers don't know that. You know, that's getting into the law. You know. Well, go ahead, brother.
Like a female vibes off your energy. If they see that you want to be with your kids, that's when they put you on child support. It'd be a way for them to get back at you. They feed off that. But if they know you don't give a fuck about your kids, they don't even worry. That's when they be like, I can take care of my own kids.
I mean, the child support is only a tool to being a little down balance. Bitch, you can't give me no, hold on, you don't want to give me no attention. Well, bitch, I got you. You ain't got to worry about seeing your baby no more. And then on top of that, you're going to put you on child support. I want brothers to hear this shit, man. Too many. You know? And then next thing you know, 6, 7 years later, you $13,000, $14,000, $15,000 in the motherfucking bills, man. Right. What the scripture in Baruch says, man, you should be what? Subject to fucking payment.
Yeah, that's what I got right here. You know, this is another child support scripture. Baruch 3 and 8. It says, behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou shalt scatter us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments, man.
Man, you pay for natural resources. How the hell you paying for water? You paying for something that comes from earth. So that shows you, to all you people saying Esau is not the so-called white man. He controls everything. Okay? So energy and all these, check this out. You ever thought about Wi-Fi? Wi-Fi, that's something that's basically like an energy that goes from one thing to another. Who the hell told you was in control of it? You know what I'm saying? Bro, that's crazy.
All right, this is Galatians chapter 4, verse 16. Am I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth?
So just because we telling you the truth, what the hell you coming up against us for? You know what I'm saying? Can it not be proven that we went into slavery on cargo slave ships? Can you find it in the scriptures? So it must be true. Did it? Right. Did it also not say that these same people that went to slavery or captivity, these were going to be the people at the end that comes out on top and basically put their foot in you motherfuckers who had them in slavery's ass? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's plain as day. You gotta know, bro, that payback is coming, bro. And just because we're telling you this, we didn't make this up. Like, people act like one day we just woke up and said, we're gonna keep these laws, we're gonna wear these garments. Like, nah, bro, when the time came, Yahweh Shah hit that switch, and that brother woke up, and that's what it was. It's the truth.
Go ahead. This the precept I've been holding since they was talking about child support. But this is just to back up the fact when the brother was bringing out reincarnation. And it's very simple, maybe 3 or 4 verses. Verily I say unto you, among them that are born of women, there have not risen a greater than John the Baptist. Notwithstanding, he that is least in the kingdom of heaven is greater than he. And from the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven suffereth violence, and the violent take it by force. For all the prophets and the law prophesied until John. Here go the banger, Christians. If ye will receive it, this is Elias, which was for to come.
How do you explain it? How do you explain it? You know? It's just some things that people cannot receive, bro. That's why a lot of times you talk to some of these dudes, bro, you're wasting your time, bro. It's like arguing with a damn wall. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, arguing with the wall is better because you don't get pissed off.
For real, man. Hey, bro, it says something in the Apocrypha, like, basically, roughly paraphrasing, a conversation with a fool is irksome, bro. They talk to these dudes like, what the fuck? Like, bro, you don't know that we went into slavery?
Yeah, they got Jake, they got young Jake that don't know that.
Yeah, bro.
They don't teach him about the transatlantic slave trade. They teach him about American history, man.
And they say we came over here and did it.
Some schools they say that we basically came over here willingly.
It's immigrants, bro.
One more thing, they don't even believe they got a spirit in them.
Matter of fact, this brother here got a particular brother that we talking about the other day. He don't believe y'all
his little bugged out ass believing that commission shit, and he also believes that certain families from because we know we Israel. I'm gonna call us Israel. I'm not gonna even use that African American proverb bullshit. He said that we are natives of this land. We was already here before the cracker came over here. And Deuteronomy 28:68 tells us the total difference. He's a fucking bug out. He's my biological brother, but I don't fuck with him. I don't deal with him. You know what I mean? I deal with these brothers. These are my real brothers. Like Yahweh Shah said, these are my mothers and my brethren, the ones that do the will of my father.
Right. Yeah, you got it. They bugged out, bro. What are you? I'm Nuwabi. I'm Egyptian. I'm a black mom.
Yeah, black mom.
Like, what the fuck? Come here with your precept, bro.
I had a precept backing up the brother about John the Baptist. But like when we're speaking on reincarnation, just roughly paraphrasing the scripture, it say it's appointed to man once to die, but after this the judgment. All right, so once you die, your spirit goes to the spiritual realm, and you're judged before the Most High, and it say, "And we shall live again." All right, so your spirit is sent back down, and you live out your judgment on the planet Earth.
That's right.
And that was showed through you. How did you King Solomon when he came back to Yahweh Shah?
And this is a precept about John the Baptist. This is Luke, verse 1, and I'm going to start at 16. This is when John the Baptist, Luke was speaking on when John the Baptist was born, all right? It say, and many of the children of Israel shall return to the Lord their power. It say, verse 17, and he shall go before him in the spirit and power of Elias to turn the hearts of the fathers of the children and the disobedient to the wisdom of the just to make ready a people prepared for the Lord. All right, so we know that John the Baptist, his whole duty was to prepare the way of Yahweh Shah. All right, and you find that out in Matthew 3.
So if you basically taking reincarnation out the Bible, you basically taking prophecy out the Bible because you prophesying of things to come. So all the prophets that's in the scriptures, you might want to just wipe them away from the Bible if you don't believe in reincarnation.
Hey, how would the elect inherit the kingdom if we even come back?
Doesn't that book of Melchizedek says that Yahweh Shah was basically Melchizedek lived long and tall back in the days of Abraham.
Right.
That's what y'all was trying to say. He told them, Sabbath church, I met Abraham. They came, we got mad at him, man.
You made time to him.
This second Ezra 7:56. It says, "For while we live and commit iniquity, we consider not that we shall begin to suffer for it after death."
Bro, how much more? And hey, bro, real talk, it's a reason why them devils took that apocrypha out that Bible, boy. That thing slapped you right upside your head, bro. Wow, for real.
The next one. This is 2nd Ezra 14:35. For after death shall the judgment come, when we shall live again, and then shall
That's what he just said. Man, it's crazy.
and then shall the name of the righteous be manifest, man, and the works of the ungodly shall be declared.
Because what? Hey, John the Baptist had to come first before the horse or many was turned to the right now. You know?
A lot of these people, that judgment, bro, they basically, some people like, bro, you gotta understand, you cannot box your how about Shim Y'all shot, bro. Dudes would be like, man, I don't give a fuck. Take my life dying over red and blue, and you know how the most I get them? You know that little 2-year-old you got at home?
There you go.
I'm gonna have him playing in traffic while your wife in there with the nigga committing adultery with your old lady. You gonna run out in the street and
Your
get
ass into a deep depression.
knock your kid off.
Make you want to kill your damn self.
This Job concerning reincarnation is Job 19:25. It says, "For I know that my Redeemer liveth, and that he shall stand at the latter day upon the earth. And though after my skin worms destroy this body, yet in my flesh, shall I see God."
That don't say the
He said, after my skin and worms, that meaning after I died again, man.
be put back into the what?
I'm going to be put back into my flesh and I shall see God. In the
Yahweh.
latter days, man.
Yahweh shall live. Then he died. Oh, go ahead, Doc.
Y'all got more.
Go ahead.
Whom I shall see for myself,
Man.
and my eyes shall behold him.
man,
Hold on,
cut
so
it
a
out,
dead
bro. Hey,
man,
man, hey,
a
stop,
dead
stop,
man
stop,
is seeing somebody who living there. Come on, man.
Come on.
And not another.
Come on.
So ain't nobody else to come back in my lot, in my reincarnation.
That's right.
Though my reins be consumed within me, man.
Man.
God, that's the scriptures we talking about.
Look at God. Look at God.
That can't be.
Won't he do it?
Won't he do it? Won't he do it?
Walking Dead, the Walking Dead is pronouncing that great.
I got one. This is Ecclesiastes 3:15 says, "That which have been is now, and that which is to be." So like that which to be has already been, and the Most High required that which is past. So let's jump and see what he's talking about. We jump to 6, Ecclesiastes 6:10. It says, "That which have been is named already, and it is known that it is man."
Yeah.
That's man in reincarnation. You know? Neither may be neither may be in contempt with him that is mightier than he. You know? You gotta break it down,
Check this out. And also, if Yahweh Shah died and was risen again, and you know he's coming back, isn't his spirit put on his men? Wasn't we once spiritually dead? Did we not rise again? So when we transformed, when he comes back, how does that work? You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
That's Revelation chapter 1 and verse 7. Behold, behold, he come as the Spirit. Behold, he coming with the clouds, and every eye shall see him. Oh, hold on. And they also which pierced him.
Come on, man.
Right, brother.
Yeah, come on, bro.
That was 2,000 years ago.
They pierced him, bro. He gonna see the same one.
It says, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him.
Right.
Even so.
God.
Nope.
Alright. If that ain't reincarnation, what is it?
I got one.
What is
Right,
it?
bro.
I got 6. Hey, I got 10 of them bitches. Yeah. I got 10 of them bitches.
Because to back up what the brother said earlier, like Yahweh Shah was telling end-time prophecies to his disciples 2,000 years ago. Why would he do that? What is the point of doing that? Just to back that up. This is St. Matthew chapter 16, verse 28. Verily, I say unto you, there be some standing here which shall not taste of death till they see the Son of Man coming in his kingdom.
Bro, explain himself. Explain himself.
Who is he talking to? He's not talking to somebody that's 2,000 years old walking around.
Yeah.
He's talking to us.
Hey, and them show us where they at. You know? Hey, they some real special people, whoever the Lord's speaking about right now. Can't be niggas. Can't be niggas, huh? Hey, come on, man.
This Job 14 and 13.
This is just to back up what the brother was saying about John the Baptist coming before Yahushua. John the Baptist came back again in the reincarnation before Yahushua returns to save his elect, as what we believe is Abba Bivens, as it says in Malachi 1, it's like in Malachi 4, I'm going to start at verse 5. Behold, I will send Elijah, which was John the Baptist in the reincarnation, the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of Yahweh. And we're in this great and dreadful day right now because the mark of the beast, which is that microchip implant, is at the door, as well as a nuclear-armed World War III. Verse 6, and he shall turn the heart of the fathers to the children, and the heart of the children to their fathers, lest I come and smite the earth with a curse. And Abba Bivens was really the first one that came to say, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, to the children of Israel. Then you have the One West camp, and now you have GMS preaching that word all through, first and foremost, Abba Bivens, all coming to bring that word before Yahushua returns, as John the Baptist came as that voice in the wilderness, before the forerunner, before Yahushua came to wake up the children of Israel.
Man, that's cold, bro. This here, man. Bro, when you have wisdom, that's a good thing to have wisdom. But there's motherfuckers in the church that have that. With all thy getting, get understanding, bro. Get understanding. If the Spirit is on you, you will understand. Man, these brothers bringing out precepts, and if you can't receive this, bro, go out and rob a bank, live it up, because the end is near. You know what I'm saying? You might as well get some enjoyment out of this place, bro. If you can't receive this truth, bro, hey, you need to do something to enjoy your life.
Kill yourself.
The gospel be hid and it's hid to those that are lost.
Every example of what they got a story in the Bible is an example of what the prophet gonna go through in this latter day. Everything is gonna go. You're gonna go through every prophet and what they went through in this latter day spiritually. Right. They did it literally, but they gonna do it spiritually in this time.
I got one.
All right, well, this is Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 9. The thing that hath been, it is that which shall be. And that which is done, is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun.
There's nothing new under the sun, bro. Everything, bro. The spirit of the prophets are subject to the prophets. If you was prophesying back yonder, you know what you're doing right now? You prophesying. You know what I'm saying? If you was a 2/3 Negro, nigga, whatever you want to call it,
A scumbag.
that's exactly what you're doing right now.
This is just backing up that point. The spirit of prophets are subject to the prophets. This is 1 Samuel 9 and 12. And Saul answered and said, am not I a Benjamite of the smallest of the tribes of Israel? My family the least of all the families of the tribe of Benjamin. Wherefore, then speakest thou so unto me? All right, and this is when in the Old Testament. We're going to jump to the New Testament in Romans 11 and 1. Then say I, had the Most High cast away his people? Yahweh forbid, for I also am an Israelite of the seed of Abraham of the tribe of Benjamin. You know, so you stay in your same lot no matter what. You stay in your same lot.
He told Daniel to stand in that lot, man. Until the latter days. He's a prophet today.
If you can receive it. If you can receive it.
Now, I'm gonna ask you, like, between Noah, Daniel, and Job, how many spans are there? It's a bunch of spans, right? Them different lifespans. Check these out. This is Ezekiel 14:20. It says, through Noah, Daniel, and Job were in it. As I live, said the Lord Yahweh, they shall deliver neither their daughters, they shall be delivered by their own souls, by their righteousness. The dudes died, man. How can they be delivered again? You know? And this is how they're gonna be delivered.
Christianity, y'all already up there in heaven. Floating on the cloud playing the harp, right? You gotta be saved.
So what is Job, Noah, and Daniel doing? This is what they're doing right now.
Every time one of these prophets receive these revelations or visions about the end times, what do they always say? Woe is me. Woe is me. Woe is me. You know?
Right. This is they were able to deliver their own souls, man, and their daughters and their kids, man. This is Philippians 2:12. It says, wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my absence only, but more. But now more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. So Job, Noah, and Daniel back to day working out their own salvation, man.
Tell me the Most High ain't cold, bro. You could be reading something you wrote.
Yeah.
You could be reading something you wrote.
Got that right here. I got that right here.
But now you coming back. Now you coming back breaking it down.
Story. I got to print this out.
Breaking it down with precision, man.
Boy, you can't tell me that's not power, bro.
This is St. Jude chapter 1 verse 5. I will therefore put you in remembrance, though ye once knew this.
Yeah, man.
Perfect precept.
The scriptures were written aforetime written for our learning, man. Right. They were written for these times and these last days for us to be delivered, so we can know everything we need to know about Yahweh Shah Mashiach and get the hell up out of here, man.
Hey, like it's saying Proverbs 16:33, man. The lot is cast into the lap, man. All right, we're coming right back in our stairs, which we once did, man. We the same men. Everything has been, the Father said he likened his judgment unto a circle, unto a ring, man. Right? The same way he deposited the spirits, they're coming back in their same lots, man.
It don't stop, right?
It don't stop. This Job 14:12. It says, so man lie down and rise not. Till the heavens be no more, they shall not awake, nor be raised out of their sleep. It says, oh, that thou wouldest hide me in the grave, that thou wouldest keep me secret until thy wrath be past, that thou wouldest appoint me a set time and remember me. Hold on. I'm gonna run this back for edification purposes, right? Right? I don't think y'all caught this. This Job saying basically he's been put in a grave, put to death, and then the Lord gonna hide him in his secret. I'm gonna let the scripture speak, man. Like I said in Proverbs 16:33, the lot is cast into the lap, man. But the whole disposing thereof is the Lord. So when the Lord chooses to bring us back and forth, it's on him. Like it said in Numbers 34:7, he remembered the iniquities until a time and a time again. One of y'all brothers get that for me. To the third and fourth generation, man. We coming back in our steads. It says, oh, that thou wouldest hide me in thy grave, in the grave, that thou wouldest keep me secret, until thy wrath be past, that thou wouldest appoint me a set time and remember me, man. That's reincarnation, man. I'm bringing you back. I'm sending you back through the same. Come on, man.
I'm gonna keep you right here for a little while. I'm gonna bring you back.
And more or less more, it goes, if a man dies, shall he live again? It's a question mark right there. You fucking right, man. So Job was basically like, look, shall I die? Shall I live again? Yes. It just spoke of that right there, man.
I gotta appreciate
it. It says, and all the days of my appointed time will I wait till my change come, man. Got it, bro. Come on, man.
You just waiting.
Back. I'm just waiting to come back.
It's almost time when he bring it back.
In 2 Ezra 13 chapter tells you that Yahweh Shah kept for a set season. 13 chapters, I bring you in a set season. Right. I kept you for a set season. Right. Not gonna handle your business.
That's what he's basically saying. And nobody knows at a point in time but Yahweh.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, go get them. They ready.
Go get them. Yeah.
Go ahead.
And to add to that, it says, thou shalt call and I will answer thee.
So when it's time for the Lord to call you to come down as a child, you can't say no. You can't say, well, Lord, I ain't ready yet. No, you come on, man. Let's go. Once I call or once I summon it, you coming down or coming up here. That's it, man. Thou will have a desire to the work of thine hands, man. Go ahead, man.
You gonna love to do what you supposed to do.
I got one after you.
I'm done. Oh, that numbers, yeah, 30.7, yeah. That was good, yeah.
It's Numbers chapter 14 and verse 18. Yahweh Shai is long suffering and of great mercy, forgiving iniquity and transgression, and by no means clearing the guilty, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children upon the third and fourth generation.
When they coming back again, repent.
Because what we
judgment once again.
Because what we born the iniquities of our forefathers.
There you go,
Hey,
man.
check this out. If that's not good enough for you, you mean to tell me everybody's going to pay for their sins, but the motherfuckers that started and put us in slavery dead and gone? So you think they just got away with that shit? So they basically they good.
Isaiah 14 and 21.
Gotta pay for that, man.
13 and 10, no.
Hey, it's another scripture that says the wicked be multiplied for the sword.
Right.
So now when you go out to the malls and shit, you see triplets, you see twins, and most are bringing them Abraham Lincoln motherfuckers back, man. To get slaughtered over here, man. You know? They ain't coming. These Edomites ain't having triplets and twins for nothing. Jake ass too. They coming back for to be slaughtered, man.
Let that blood be up on our head and our kids' head.
It's the same one right there. You know, they the same one coming back with them goddamn Pampers on, man.
Oh, how you say them GMO baby.
Yeah, GMO baby.
The boss said, yeah, the boss said,
And I just want to reiterate one thing real quick. It's
7.7 billion.
The world has never held that many people on the earth at the same time. The Lord knows what he's doing. I'm not going to say a mad scientist, but he's a thinker of all thinkers, and he's bringing all those souls upon the world for judgment, because contrary to popular belief, there's not an infinite amount of souls that he created. He created a finite amount of souls. So it's damn near 8 billion people on this earth right now for judgment in his latter days. But when Big Brother Yahweh Shai come back swinging that sword, man.
Hey, like I said, like you got in the NBA, the NFL, you got what you call a cut list where you wave motherfuckers who don't make the team. The Most High got the same fucking thing. Niggas who don't make the team, you ain't gonna make it.
It's a big cut list.
A big cut list, man. 144,000. It seems like a lot, but it's a short motherfucking number.
Like
All this 7 billion.
Let me use this example. When you think about this city that we in, this is considered a small city, man, with a population of 140,000 people.
Right.
So imagine this small city possesses the entire planet. The whole world, it's a small money. Man.
If I can add, just roughly paraphrasing the scripture. Say, second Esdras say, woe to the multitude that was born in vain. Right. You know, the Lord got people here. You know, like he got all these people here. You just here fit for destruction.
Yeah. He also made them like spirits created for vengeance.
Yeah. You know, born in vain, bro. You was basically put here. The Most High may say, your purpose for me sending you back down here is when you become 21 years old, I'm going to send you into a church and you're going to blow that motherfucker up. That was your whole purpose in being on the planet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think last week when them brothers was down here, I made the statement, I kind of make it all the time. You know, they said that old statement, bullet has no name, but a missile do. The other side of the planet Earth, from the beginning of time, your name is written on that missile, man. To die by a missile, man. That's just the truth.
It's beautiful to know this too.
You know?
I'm gonna bring up the scripture that brother was talking about. That's add something.
What the brother was saying, as there's 7.6 billion people on this world, there was another time when that amount of people was on this world, during the times of Noah, when that first destruction by the flood came, and now that second destruction by fire, nuclear fire.
During that time, was connected during that time.
Pangea.
That's why you see all those old ass ancient artifacts, and you saw one put that information out there. But you
got shit we base the so-called pyramids and all of that, man. Hey man, that brother was going into some shit. You had light bulbs and you had light bulbs.
Yeah, during Egypt, but guess what? The knowledge that the Egyptians, the Sumerians, the Babylonians, and all of that they carried came from Noah. Right? Noah came from the old world. Right? The flood world, man. Which was more technically advanced than today. In the old days, it had to be so bad that the Lord had to touch it on the floor.
Well, you know, Tower of Babel. That's the most high. And trying to flood the earth again. They were going to have a way to counter it.
Yeah, but the Lord, like the brother Lawyer said, that pretty much the Lord got a lot of you reserved for that time, man. Because the Lord made a covenant with the planet Earth and He wasn't going to destroy the fire. You know? Or water, so like the water, man. The next thing He's going to do is destroy it with fire. Right.
Second devil.
A lot of you.
The flood was the first devil.
That's right, man.
The second devil was that fire.
Yeah, that was the whole covenant with the covenant with the earth with the rainbow. Man. Yeah. This one, he's just gonna wipe shit away, man. You got these. I think everybody has something before you.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
This is Second Esdras 8:3. There be many created, but few shall be saved. Point blank period.
That's it right there.
Verse 4. So answered I and said, swallow them down, O my soul.
What you're gonna get into is the Lord got a lot of you coming down from those chambers, which is what they call the chambers, is the spirit world, man. You're getting put in your mother's belly for judgment, man, on this side. Go ahead.
O my soul, understanding and devour wisdom. Verse 5. For thou hast agreed to give ear and art willing to prophesy, for thou hast no longer space than only to live.
Keep going, keep going. I'm gonna tell you when to start.
O Lord, if thou suffer not thy servant, that we may pray before thee, and thou give us seed unto our heart and culture to our understanding, that there may come fruit of it, how shall each man live that is corrupt, who beareth the place of a man?
Keep going.
For thou art alone, and we all one workmanship of thine hands, like as thou hast said. For when the body is fashioned now in the mother's womb, and thou givest it members, thy creature is preserved in fire and water.
I cannot.
Fire
you
and
niggas
water.
don't even understand that, man. I can't
He's understanding fire and water. That's right, brother.
You're a spirit. Your spirit is fire, and the Lord puts you in water, which is in your mother's belly. And you're fashioned with arms, lips, eyes, toes, things of that nature. Go ahead.
And 9 months doth thy workmanship endure thy creature which is created in her.
Keep going, right?
Verse 9, but that which keepeth and is kept shall both be preserved. And when the time cometh, if the womb preserved delivereth up the things that grew in it.
Keep going. Go on to 13.
For thou hast commanded out of the parts of the body, that is to say, out of the breast, milk to be given, which is the fruit of the breasts.
Yeah, you dumb motherfucker, ain't not a woman produces milk like that, man. You know, but you niggas are, what it is, them niggas are comedics and they know how the pyramids was built.
Yeah.
They gotta understand the Book of Dead.
Botham and Glenn. What's the name?
Book of Enoch. You know, you niggas
do all this shit like that.
Yeah, Shaka Oko, you got a big ass brain on one side of your head.
On the side of his head.
Yeah, man. Go ahead, out.
Hey, the Book of the Dead is called the Book of the Dead because it's not living.
Right, man.
Verse 11, that the thing which is fashioned may be nourished for a time till thou disposest it to thy mercy. Thou broughtest it up with thy righteousness, and nurturest it in the law, and reformest it with thy judgment. And thou shalt mortify it as thy creature, and quicken it as thy work.
The Lord does good work, man, with that body. He put you down here to get your judgment, man. He nourish you up. But like the brother said earlier, man, the Most High, just like you have a package, you know, you niggas love pit bulls. You have a litter of pit bulls. Out of all 24 pit bulls, you might have that one red nose you like out of all of them. You don't keep them to the side and set the rest. You don't give a fuck about it, man.
That's why Lord said, I have more favor with that one sheep that go away than the 99.
Right, man. So the same thing with the Lord, with the people on the planet Earth. Well, the men on the planet Earth. The Lord got 144,000 and he loves and holds deep in his heart, man. The rest of you motherfuckers, he can care less, man.
And a 1/3.
And a 1/3. The brothers, families, and friends and things of that nature, man.
Right, bro.
That they are true man of the Lord. Don't get on you.
This is St. John chapter 1 and verse 7. The same came for a witness to bear witness of the light, that all men through him might believe.
God.
This is St. John chapter 1 and verse 7. The same came for a witness to bear witness of the light, that all men through him might believe.
That's Yahweh Shai. Okay? You don't have to believe it. It's men that came in that same spirit of Yahweh Shai, and that light was turned on. That everybody that's called may get it. Okay? Yahweh Shai had to come, and he is that light. You know what I'm saying? So when his spirit was here, when he died and went up, he left that spirit here. That's why brothers can break down precepts.
Right.
Brothers can break down scriptures and have precepts. Man, it's scriptures I read when I was in a Pentecostal church. I had no fucking idea what they were talking about. And then, when that spirit came, I'm looking at that like, bro, you know how fucking far off I was? I ain't have no clue, bro. You know what I'm saying? But that's that light, bro. Everybody cannot receive that
Scripture
light.
tell you that you have an auction to know all things.
And the Christian church cannot teach this. You don't know the fucking scriptures. Isaiah 29:10 say he poured out a spirit of deep sleep on you. Right. On you fucking pastors, on you niggas. Right. So when you cannot receive this knowledge, it's only for a few. What it is, Amos 8 say, I made the world for the world not for many, but the world is coming for a few.
Second edges.
Right.
Go ahead, brother.
And then you have I got that. You're not gonna learn this truth in no seminary school or no cemetery school, because all they doing is lullabying your ass to sleep and taking your money. You know what I'm saying?
I think one of the brothers mentioned about how Yahweh Shai deal with a according. Right. He was dead and going to find what he did, but you shall not.
This is Rock 33 and 10. It says that all men are from the ground, and Adam was created of the earth. And much knowledge, Yahweh had divided them and made their ways diverse. So when the Most High was doing, basically creating the spirits, he was depositing certain things in whoever's spirits as he see fit.
He was balancing it out like
what
that.
was meet unto him. It says some of them had he blessed and exalted. Right? So we know he blessed and exalted. That's his what? That's his first fruit, man. It's his left, man. Some of them had he blessed and exalted, and some of them had he sanctified and set near himself, man. Just like it says in Esdras that certain things that he gave unto Esdras only be meat for men like him, like himself, man. It says, but some of them had he cursed and bought low and turned out of their places, man. So, with the Most High made crooked, how can you make that straight, man? Basically, like if I didn't set it to be this, that's it. Ain't no bending it, turning it, curving it, nothing, man.
If I can say something real quick, bro. That's how you have people, you know what I'm saying? Bro, you can't force the course of the river. If a nigga set to be 2/3, that's exactly what the hell he gonna be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I was dealing with this cat from GOCC, and he like, bro, cat came up to me, like, so you collab, right? So we got to talking or whatever, and he was like, so how we gonna, I don't know how, but he was like, so how we gonna get these youngsters to fall in line with these scriptures and stuff? I'm like, bro, you do realize that Yahweh Shai put people here to be wicked, right? You're not gonna save everybody. They be coming in that spirit of, hey, bro, let's just read. Bro, I'm like, bro, you know different from a Christian church that goes out and have the congregation knocking on people's doors every fucking Saturday, bro. It don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? They gonna be what they are. 2/3 gonna be with exactly what they are, bro.
Somebody gotta be 2/3.
Right.
Bring it out, huh? Bring it out.
Yeah, bro, for real. For real. Mermaid. Angelic pornography.
Hey, I told Agib, hey, when I came in, the brother from Geo with that nigga with the big ass eyes, that crawfish eye ass nigga, fish, whatever, crawfish ass nigga. He told me, say, look, don't Israel and America gonna be new, but don't go to Israel, just stay in America. I say, nigga, what? Stay in America. The Most High told you it ain't related to the 9 that he gonna start to out the earth. He said he did it. Mojo sound like this here. What them niggas throw it off, man.
See, this too much gotta be bugged out. They actually think there's a planet hell too, nigga. Talking about there's a planet hell for run on forever. He's gonna come to.
Hey man, that's what happens when you get into that damn book of Enoch. The hoaxes,
Yeah, man.
That's where all that foolishness comes from, man. It contradicts the scriptures, which is easily be explained. How you gonna say it backs up the scriptures when the Bible doesn't teach us angels have the sex with humans?
Common in a lot of that stuff.
The Bible doesn't teach hell. But yet when you go into the book of Enoch, it's basically Greek mythology that you fucking read, man. In a nutshell.
And I'll say this too, bro.
Dante Inferno.
Yeah. Hey, GOCC, not to be bang, I ain't no camp banging and all that, bro, but that's gotta be by far the worst fucking group. Period.
Right, bro.
Them niggas, bro.
They like dealing with niggas from Islam, man. You waste their fucking time. It's 2019. If you still out there on the block trying to teach a Muslim, motherfucking Islam, you wasting your fucking time, man.
Red fish, blue fish.
No, you do better go home and talk to the goddamn fish, man. It's gonna listen to you better than them niggas.
Got a precept.
Big neck paddywhack.
Jailhouse religion. Go ahead, all right.
See the elders, that's when they go to jail.
Yeah, this back in 13, it says as the clay is in the potter's hand to fashion it at his pleasure.
Right.
So if the Most High gave them over to a reprobate mind, or he turned their spirit out of place, man, to go after these wicked deeds in this society, then that's what it is, man. That could be your beloved brother who you love and y'all growing up from 4 years old, man. If the father ain't dealing with him, then he ain't dealing with him. It says, so man is in the hand of him that made him to render to them as he liketh them best, man. So according to him, man, that's what the Most High want to do, bro. Got it. That was it, what I had in
Just a quick read to back up what brothers were saying about the book of Enoch and the Quran. This is Ecclesiastes 12, verse 12. And further, by these, my son, be admonished of making many books. There is no end. Right. So this is the one book you need, man, the Holy Scripture.
Right, man.
Anything outside of that has nothing to do with salvation. It's vain imagination. That's all it is.
The reason why they don't like the book, they could have done anything on there for the prophets.
One thing about it too, man, when you brother that's coming up in the street, man, before you go out and venture out reading those other books, you gotta get rooted in these scriptures. Because you get to get in the Enoch and all these different books.
Jubilees, all that bullshit.
Man, that should have bugged you out, man. Because you ain't rooted in this. You don't know how to filter out what's real and what's bullshit, man.
It's like trying to build a house on sand, man. You got to get the foundation solidified first and foremost before you try to do anything, man. If you don't have the understanding of the foundation, what you gonna build on?
They gonna take shingles and build from the top.
Man, we had a guy come to us trying to teach us the scriptures out of the book of Enoch, man. He didn't understand nothing. You know what I'm talking about? Judas Maccabees, man.
Oh, man.
Yes.
Y'all ain't tell me that. I missed that one.
You gotta get rooted in this first, man. You can't sit up here and only have a month in the truth. You're talking about going battle the pastor of the church. Right. The pastor of the church will bust your ass up. You be back in there with a Mississippi suit on, man. Give it time, man.
I'm saying the cycle war somewhere with a fucking straight jacket on.
Oh! Hey, better than
Lord forbid.
Better than me. I'm saying, cause somebody gotta feel that lot, bro. Somebody gotta feel that lot. Let them niggas do what they do.
Hey,
I got one. What he just said. Oh, you got one?
I just got it. I spoke on Joseph's and reincarnation. I'm not to backtrack, but I got a script about Yahweh Shah. All right. You go to 2 Samuel chapter 7. When it was speaking about Solomon, it basically said that he was going to be chastened with the rod of men. All right, but we know that didn't happen to Solomon. All right.
Okay, yeah. Right.
All right, that didn't happen to Solomon. All right, so I'm gonna read this is Matthew, just quick, Matthew 1:1. the book of the generation Gene, which is physical, it say of Yahweh Mashiach, the son of David, which was Solomon, the son, and it say the son of Abraham, which was Isaac, and that shows reincarnation.
Yeah.
He spoke
That
of
read
one.
means the beginning. Well, go ahead, brother.
He spoke of one that said like to read this Bible, man, and not to delve, basically be faith-based and scripture-wise, man. Before you do anything else, this is Isaiah 28:11. It says, "For with stammering lips and another tongue will he speak to his people, to whom he said, this is the rest wherewith ye may cause the weary to rest, and this is the refreshing. Yet they would not hear. But the word of Yahweh was unto them precept upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little and there a little, that they might go and fall backward and be broken and snared and taken, man."
Right. And another thing on reincarnation, you look at somebody that you call retarded. That means they was put back here, re-is again, and to be tardy is to be slow. So when you retarded, you came back, or you coming back again,
The same.
slow. You can't comprehend.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't use that.
You can't use that, but they'll push freedom of speech. What type of shit is that?
You can't use
You
that.
can't use that. You put the whole game. A homo could be safe out shit. You gonna fuck a whole nother homo out shit. Nowadays, you gonna have 3 bathrooms when your kids grow up. One for the man, one for the woman, and one for 2. Both of y'all doing the same thing.
Hey, this place is
See,
hypocrisy.
upside down, man.
Everything in this place is hypocrisy, man. Esau make you swear on the Bible and then tell homosexuals they can get married.
Yeah.
Like, motherfucker, did you not read in there that homosexuals supposed to have their fucking heads chopped off?
Put to death.
Doctors, pharmaceo, basically all they are
Witchcraft.
That's witchcraft.
You say this is a nation under God, but you go against everything that Yahweh said.
Right.
Every fucking thing.
Hey, they break the first commandment.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
They are from the scriptures, man, not knowing it, man. The scriptures is a book that's sealed to them.
Hey, but that's Yahweh setting that up like that for this place to be
Straw.
and destroyed all the way through, man.
Yeah.
That's all it is, man. No, we can.
I was saying that's
Go ahead,
what
man.
you gotta know what's right and you gotta know what's wrong is. So Esau is the example of what not to do. Right. That's like even before you came in the truth, you always be like, man, that's some white people shit. You don't do that. You know what I mean? Right.
This is Ezekiel chapter 35. I'm starting at the top. It says, "Moreover, the word of Yahweh Shai came to me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it, and say unto it, Thus said the Lord Yahweh, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee." Speaking to who? You Edomites.
Right.
It says, "I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord Yahweh Shai, because thou hast a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword." And that goes to show you who these Edomites is.
That's right, brother.
You know?
That was
They
Esau's
bless
blessing.
They bless them by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, said the Lord Yahweh, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee, since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. You know, because you didn't want to pull back your sword. You know? When the children of Israel fell, you laughed at it, you know? So now what Yahweh Shai is reserving you damn devils for judgment.
Right. It's telling you.
It's only right.
Yeah, you read what you sow.
That's right.
You read what you
That's the
sow,
same
bro.
thing that happened in the garden. That's why Cain wasn't able to get touched until that time.
Yeah, he put a mark on it.
Esau think he gonna plant tulips and reap grapefruit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on.
Oh yeah, he got
Come on, bro.
brothers going on.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set them to do evil.
Just because you think, well, I haven't been judged for it, so I've been selling dope for 10 years. Man, I got off. I'm done with it. Nah. It's okay. It's gonna come around.
Hey,
bro.
we got a question. The brother right here asks, do the men, women, and children that come in as the 1/3 have the same power as the 144,000 elect?
The men are basically the first fruits as rulers. Okay? So the women and children, they're gonna play their role if it's gonna be in a righteous mind frame. You know what I'm saying? Well, what they have to do is gonna be everything gonna be set back into what we're rehearsing right now. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna see it on this side because you may have a woman, and that woman may put on a dress, may have friends, she may keep her head covered. But when you go into law like a man can have multiple wives, she try to bring that home. Come on. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you try to fight it. It's not gonna happen. So when they set in their righteous mind state, they're gonna fall in order. So if they fell in order here, I mean, if they, the question, what say your question again?
He asked if a 1/3 will have the same power as a one.
Yeah, that would mean we playing on the same ball field.
And I'm gonna get a precept too, y'all brother to back you up.
Okay, so that would mean they're on the same playing field. So if a woman was on the same playing field, that means when we get to the kingdom, we're gonna have queens.
Oh no,
You know what I'm saying? That's like saying Satan is on the playing field with Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You know what I'm saying? It's not like that because you're gonna be able to tell your women, this is how you conduct yourself. You know what I'm saying? If she don't get in line, you can knock her ass upside the head with some rocks or something. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way it is, but it's gonna be righteous. You know what I'm saying?
I make a point because what Yahweh Shem Yahushua didn't set it up for everybody to be on that same level. That's why he established order. It's on 1 Corinthians 11, and I'm gonna start at verse 3. But I will have you know that the head of man is a Mashiach, right? And the head of the woman is the man. So that's a separation. Like, hey, you below me, you know? We're not on the same playing field.
Say something about you, and really in the kingdom, you ain't gonna have to do all that.
That's right.
I feel like already having it in
Right. Be already in order.
Once I'm upside there,
Be in order.
Bring a right extension cord.
Right.
you're gonna be right now.
One of y'all brother get Jeremiah 31:31.
I gotta reduce age.
Just bagging up the points. Y'all can just make it.
I got it.
You got it?
Just answer your question. I want to add to what the brother elaborate to.
Say 31:31.
I got it right here. All right?
Yeah.
It's Jeremiah 31:31.
This alluding to what
Behold.
Hold on, this alluding to the comment that brother just said about we're not going to even have those words in the kingdom because it's all going to be programming us to be righteous. Right. Go ahead, brother.
It's the book of Jeremiah 31:31. Behold, the days come, said the Lord Yahweh, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel.
Right, so we're living up under the covenant that he made with Moses, $613 that he commanded that we know, right? And back then, you know, we broke that covenant that he made, right? That's why we're living under the position that we're in right now. He's going to make a new covenant with us. And a part of this process, read on.
And with the house of Judah,
Correct.
not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the days that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they break, although I was an husband unto them, said the Lord Yahweh. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel.
He's gonna elaborate on the new covenant that he's gonna make with us. When we go into the book of Ezekiel, the 20th chapter, on the 34th verse, it goes to when we're gonna be in that wilderness, when he take us away from all the different nations, he's gonna make us pass under the rod. We're gonna make that new covenant with us there. You see what I'm saying? And it's also spoken of in 2nd Ezra, the 4th chapter, when it talks about the tall man in the midst of all those people sick, falling on him. You know, brother.
After those days, said the Lord, he said, we are Israel, y'all Judea.
He said, we Israel, y'all Judea.
After those days, said the Lord, I will put my law in their inward parts.
Drive-by scoff.
We're going to be perfected. That's a part of having those spiritual bodies, man. Like celestial bodies, man, because we're going to be perfect. We're going to be as the angels. You don't never hear about the angels sinning. You know what I'm saying? So we're in the kingdom. If you just your dog bring that one out I told you.
Jeremiah chapter 51 verse 20.
Now, historically speaking, have women ever been used for battle in Israel in the ancient time?
Never.
So now we're going to deal with the power structure and the levels of spiritual power, right? But things that are written before time was written for our learning, right? So read on, brother.
Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war.
So this is talking about the one who originally called Negro, Latino, Native Americans. It's talking about the men. Women are not going to be out enforcing the kingdom. And it says,
I got the precept too, huh?
Want me to hold that Jeremiah?
Jeremiah 14.
For with thee will I break in pieces the nations.
You got one to back up the line.
For with thee will I break in pieces the nations.
Women not going to do it, right? Children are not going to do it. While we're doing that, they're going to be on the chariot. Or whatever this place of sanctuary that the Lord take us away from the rest of the nation to make them comfortable. Once we come down off of those chariots, the brother's going to bring it off up to Zechariah.
I got it. Right here.
Once we come down off those chariots, we going straight to war. Because you got to remember, you're going to have nations that are going to be gathered together to fight the one who because he's afraid of the battle of Jehovah there, right? 12. When he's going to evaporate them, that's why we're going to 2 Nations 13 chapter, it says, I perceive nothing left was smoke. So he's going to evaporate them, but when he takes down their military, guess what? The nations in which these people come from, the people are still going to be there. We're still going to have millions of people in Russia, millions of people in Spain. Does not the scripture in Isaiah talk about the ships and Tarshish bringing the children of Israel back into their land? So that proves to you that after World War III, Spain is going to survive. Right? How is that going to happen? How would that happen if Spain is destroyed after World War I?
Couldn't happen.
The military is going to be destroyed, but the inhabitants of Spain are still going to be there. Go ahead, brother.
I want to back up the line.
Huh? All right. Finish that one off, right?
And with thee will I destroy kingdoms.
Well, so I won't lose my train of thought, right? Go ahead.
And with thee will I break in pieces the horse and his rider.
Right. So the horse and his rider, this is a man. Women don't fight war.
Clear this all up, bro. Clear this all up.
Challenge.
Just back to the point. This is 1 Timothy 2:15. Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing if they continue in the faith and charity and holiness and sobriety. So in the kingdom,
they're going to be having they're going our woman, the Judite woman, the Israelite woman, the Gadite woman, all of the women of Israel, the daughters of Zion, all of them are going to be over all the other nations.
Right.
They're going to be smarter, they're going to be prettier, they're going to have more power in every way. But when it comes to the elect of the Most High, we're like the elite of the elite, or the elect of the elect. Just like you have the elite society, you have the elites, you know, then you have the governments, then you have the military, then you have the different, you know, judicial branches and so on and so forth, the religious system, then it goes down to the commonwealth for the people. Same way.
Just want to back basically you went into what back in both y'all.
Labanah got it.
Because like the brother was telling you, it's gonna be a structure. The man is a structure, then you have the women and children, but guess what? They're gonna have spiritual powers too. You know, in the kingdom. You know, this is Isaiah 11:6. Just to prove it. This is the wolf also shall dwell with the lamb, and the leopard shall lie down with the kid, and the calf and the young lion, and the fatling together. A little child shall lead them, and the cow and the bear shall feed their young ones, which lie down together.
Right, so this is talking about wild animals, in which you would not let your kid come around in this time, but in the kingdom, man, they're gonna have them as pets, man. Lions, tigers, bears, they're gonna be pets.
Yeah, your woman's gonna have spiritual powers.
You're gonna be sticking their hand up, and the snake pit and all of this should not be fit. But that's to the Israelites. You see what I'm saying? To our women and children, that same thing, that's a part of that new covenant that he's gonna make with us. You see? And it also says in the book of Thessalonians, in the 20th of the you should be changed.
Word.
You see? All right, go ahead, brother.
It says, and the lion shall eat straw like the ox, and the suckling child shall play with the hole of the ass, which is a venomous snake, man. And the wailing child shall put his hand on the cockatrice den, and they shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain, for the hurt shall be full of knowledge of the Lord, as the waters cover the sea.
Right, man. And that's spiritual power, and it's also perfect harmony with all of the elements that's around us, man. We're gonna have, that's all spiritual power is the
control of elements,
control of the manipulation of the elements. And we don't just go off of the so-called white man's periodic table. You got elements that so-called white men don't even know about. They had elements before the flood that they could mix certain chemicals up that could break down stones and shit. You see what I'm saying? And they still scientists still to this day trying to figure out how to have the type of knowledge of them. Go ahead and check it out.
Zechariah 14:14. Judah also shall fight at Jerusalem, and the wealth of all the heathen around about shall be gathered together.
So the brother told you earlier about who's going to be his weapons of war, his battle axes, so on and so forth, which he has to break down kings and rulers, so on and so forth, right? Well, this is the actual event taking place after he saved us, beam us up on those chariots, after he destroyed that military approach that all of the armies of the world are going to try to attack. We're going to come off of those chariots and physically put all of these nations in slavery. You see what I'm saying? Our woman, I mean, has a woman ever fought battles or children ever fought battles with the warriors?
Always stay at home.
That's confusing. Right. Finish it over.
Shall be gathered together, and gold and silver, apparel, and great abundance.
Right. Keep going. That was it. All right. Give me the one. Go back. Zechariah, give me 12 when it says talks about how they gonna live, how to make a little nation into a big one. Start right. Go ahead, while I'm getting this.
It's 1 Corinthians 14:34. Let your women keep silence in the churches, for it is not permitted for them to speak, and this is the point, but they are commanded to be under obedience, as also saith the law. So, according to the law, the woman's obedient to the man. If we're going to keep the laws perfectly in the kingdom, what are our women going to be doing in the kingdom? They're going to be obedient.
Like I said earlier, you ain't got to do nothing. They're going to be in order, man. That's a mystery in its damn self. The black woman in order, Latino woman in order.
I got one.
You really wonder what kind of power really is gonna be on the earth, man. See women over there? Hey, man.
You gotta have faith to believe that.
Yeah, you gotta have strong faith, brother.
You're not gonna hear that jukebox. I got you. You got job. You're not gonna hear that jukebox no more. And I said jukebox is fucking mouth. You hear that mouth before you see them. You ain't gonna hear all that shit, man. You know? Motherfucker got their head rolling, eyes going whichever way. You ain't gonna see that shit, man. You know?
Flipping that fake hair.
Yeah. You ain't gonna see niggas walking around their pants sagging with dingy ass shit street draws, man. You not gonna see that. You gonna have your britches up, man.
Yeah.
Old folks say your britches gonna be up, man.
Ooh, 15 viewers.
Yeah. You gonna wear that beard, man. You know? You gonna eat the herbs of the earth, man.
Come
you know? You gonna praise the Most High in this suit. Go ahead, I'll bring the script out.
This is to back up what the brothers were saying about the women and their position that they're supposed to play. It's 1 Peter 3:5.
For after this manner, in the old time, the holy women also, who trusted in Yahweh, adorned themselves.
They once did trust in Yahweh, but not today, man. They trust in child support, 911, and the so-called white man.
Because if you're a woman and you say you trust in Yahweh by Shem Yahshua, you gotta go full through with everything. You know, everything that's laid on the table, you gotta say, hey, fuck it, shut up and do it.
Yeah, because
not this system though.
Yeah, not this system.
No, we can't do that shit over here in America like that. Not over here.
And this system, the Israelite man is the most wicked thing. It's the Israelite man, pit bulls, and Michael Vick. It's the most wicked thing on the planet Earth, according to the black woman and the white man. You know?
Go ahead.
Serious shit.
Being in subjection unto their own husbands, even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord.
Y'all not the only thing. Like the brother just brought out earlier, how can you say you receive the Lord, but you're not receiving His law, His ways? The scripture clearly tells you it's the Most High, Yahweh Shai, His man, His woman, and a child. Did not Sarah call? Did not Sarah refer to her husband as Lord? Right. You know, and she was used as an example for the Israelite woman to follow, man. You know. You supposed to follow it today, man.
They was bringing.
Right now we're rehearsing the right exact.
Right. I'm gonna be
Before
messy.
we go too far. Go ahead, make your point.
I'm gonna be messy. Cause this brother knows, you know, guys. You know, these guys, even in the truth or out the truth, these guys are tender dick. They think because that woman called them Lord, that means something, man.
Yeah.
You
call him God.
Yeah, she get to the guy's head, man.
I mean,
I would be
we're not in this business. We're not in this business to make a woman call us Lord on this side, man. You're not in reality if you think it's gonna happen.
I got 3 women. They call me right.
Unless you paying for the pussy. That's the only way you gonna call you Lord, man.
You went your black
She
ass.
call you Lord as much as you want to.
Yeah, you went to a black
want
ass.
the money, right?
You went to your black ass on a construction site, worked all day, came back, the fucking whole house empty. Even the plugs in the wall gone.
Right. Bring it all out.
Black ass nigga.
Bring it all out. But this back on that spiritual power to your question, right?
Isaiah 65:20. There shall be no more thence an infant of days.
Go back starting 18 or 19 years.
Isaiah 65:18. But be ye glad and rejoice forever in that which I created. It says, for behold, I create Jerusalem a rejoicing, and her people a joy. And I will rejoice in Jerusalem and joy in my people. And the voice of the weeping shall be no more heard in her, nor the voice of crying. There shall be no more thence an infant of days, nor an old man that had not filled his days, for the child shall die in 100 years.
Read it again.
Isaiah 65:20. There shall be no more thence an infant of days.
So that means
my bad.
It's not gonna be no more like oh they young for this man, this and that and that. You know, people gonna live in the streets and that thing. Our woman, our children, you see what I'm saying? You're gonna have, remember that used to live back in Genesis? Or whatever like that? It's gonna be that same way. Plus more. Cause back when they was living in Adam's time, man, that wasn't even added up to the fulfillment of how it's gonna be in the kingdom, man. That was just a little taste during Adam's time. But go ahead.
There shall be no more thence an infant of days, nor an old man that had not filled his days.
Right, it's not gonna be no more old man. You old, man. You know what I'm saying? It's time for you to you gonna be like, well, how old was Noah? Noah was still having, not Noah, Adam. Adam was making babies. All of the men. When you go into Genesis, the 5th chapter, man, all those men was 100+ years old, 203 years, 300 years old, making children, man. You know, and they had buku daughters, but when you go into the genealogy of the Bible, women are never listed. It only lists, and they had other sons too, but it only lists the ones that the Lord was dealing with. Just like Abraham had siblings and people in his family, but the Lord was only dealing with Abraham.
The
so
men.
It wasn't necessary for their names to be listed in the genealogy of Yahushua.
Yeah.
You know, it only lists the ones that's chosen by the Lord. Go ahead, brother.
For the child shall die in 100 years.
Right, so that means if you die at 100 years old, you still gonna be considered a baby, bro. A little kid. You see what I'm saying? That's spiritual power. That's spiritual power.
Yeah.
Go ahead. So that's children. So I mean, even children are gonna have that fountain of light, man. Our woman is gonna have that fountain of light.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But the 144,000, we literally gonna be immortals.
God.
Literally. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
one more. Revelations 14 and 2. And then y'all brother got it.
Revelation 14:2. And I heard a voice from heaven, as the voice of many waters, and the voice of a great thunder. And I heard the voice of harping with their harps. And they sung as it was a new song.
Yeah, that's the scriptures coming out. What you hearing right now, that's the same song that the brothers is reciting. All right, go ahead.
And they sung as it were a new song before the throne.
Because the new song, we didn't know we were Hebrew Israelites. We didn't know we were the Judites, the Levites, and the Benjamites, and the Israelites, so on and so forth. You know, we didn't know that we were the children of the Most High. You know, we didn't know that Yahushua was black. You know what I'm saying? The angels were so-called black, the Israelites were black. We didn't know that. But when this information came out back in 2005, 2007, when it got global, and from that point on, man, this new information has been viral. Right? Go ahead.
And before the 4 beasts.
And hold on, and the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. You got to push that out there. Right. Okay, go ahead.
And before the 4 beasts and the elders.
Right, the 4 beasts is Michael, Uriel, Gabriel, and Raphael. Read.
And no man could learn the song but the 144,000.
Right, so you see what I'm saying? Not even the rest of the 1/3 gonna learn this. they're going to be sanctified through the 144,000. You see what I'm saying? So this is exclusive to the 144. Okay. You understand? You know?
But the 144,000, which were redeemed from the earth.
Go ahead.
These are they which are not defiled with woman.
Right. When you go into somebody get that 2 Corinthians 11 and 2 for me right quick. I don't know if it's first or second, but whoever get it first. Just break down when it says these are they which are not defiled by women. Read on.
For they are virgins.
Right. So when you hear it, I'm not assuming you don't know it whatever like that. But when you hear that, the average person will be like, well, hold on.
I got it. You talk about virgins. They mean it. Yeah, right. I got it out. Yeah.
Bring it out.
2 Corinthians 11 and 2. For I'm jealous over you with godly jealousy.
Read on.
For I have espoused you to one husband.
We'll espouse to Yahushua, man. All right. We're the bride, the elect, 1/3 of Israel, beginning with the 144,000. We're his bride. Read on.
That I may present to you as chaste virgin to Hamashiach.
That's right, man. Chaste virgin is spiritually speaking, not being defiled with all of these outside doctrines. This is the only doctrine that's supposed to penetrate the spirit. Just like it didn't penetrate pussy. This knowledge is the only thing that will allow to penetrate the spirit. Right? You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, the 1/3 are going to be saved through the 144,000. You see what I'm saying? Okay. They're the ones who believe in the message of the 144,000. Go ahead, bro.
Revelation 14 and 4. These are they which were not defiled with women, but they are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb wherever he goes.
So even in the kingdom, wherever the Lord Yahushua goes, he's going to be right there with him. When you go into Revelations, the 20th chapter, and it says, talking about the thousand-year kingdom, it says that we shall be joint heirs, we shall reign with him. That's talking about the 144,000. Everywhere Yahushua goes, it's just like if you look at the Superdome. You ever been to the Superdome before? Oh, yeah. You can sit over 100 and something. Me and one of the brothers were talking about that on the way out to it. But you can sit over 100 and some thousand people. Imagine the Superdome being a chariot, and that's way smaller than a chariot, right? You can fit over 100 and some thousand people in the Superdome, right? Just imagine them motherfuckers just flying and comfortably sitting up. You see what I'm saying? So go ahead, bro.
These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto the Most High and to the Lamb.
So that means we were the first ones that was created by the Lord. After his son, of course, we were created by Yahushua, but we were the first spirits, and we were the first people on the earth. And all of the Israelites, the ones that are going to be saved, actually the whole nation of Israel was birthed out of the 144,000. You know, when you go back into Genesis, it talks about Melchizedek and the king of Salem. You know what I'm saying? That was an actual kingdom back then. You see what I'm saying? All right. And who you think was the inhabitants, man? The elect. You know? But then, you know, you have to come all the way down the genealogy up into Abraham, because back in that time, the Lord wasn't dealing with nations. He was dealing with singularity. He was dealing with men. That's why we always say from Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, then it becomes the 12 tribes of Israel. Now he's dealing with a nation. Read on.
Revelation 14 and 5. And in their mouth was found no God, but they are without fault before the throne of the Most High.
We full of fault before the world, but before the law, we keep the law, statutes, and commandments to our best ability. We understand that we can't keep them perfectly because it's the Lord who made it to where we can't keep them perfectly. The scripture says that the creature is made subject to vanity. So that means we're made to go off in these corruptible bodies, these chains of darkness. You see what I'm saying? The spirit wants to do right, but the fact that the Lord put you in a cesspool, you can't help but to stink like you're surrounded at times, man. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead, bro.
Revelation 14:6. And I saw another angel flying in the midst of heaven, having the everlasting gospel to preach unto them that dwell on the earth.
Right, and it's going to break down the three principles of the everlasting gospel that the first fruits bring out. And you're going to realize that we're the only ones, beginning with the apostles, elders, the great millstone, all the way down to the above, that bring out these three key points to the kingdom. Everybody else, the other camps, they either bring one or two of them and leave the other one out, man. Bring it out, huh?
And to every nation and kindred, and tongue and people, saying with a loud voice, fear the Most High, and give glory to him.
That's right. We go out on the highways and byways, and we proud loud, lift up our voices like trumpets, right? And that's what we tell our people, man. All right, to fear who? Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Do what? Because he's about to come back. He's going to bring that chip, you know what I'm saying? The mark of the beast, martial law, all of these different things. Go ahead, bro.
For the hour of his judgment is come.
Is that not what we out here preaching all the time? About the last days, the day of the Lord, Jacob's trouble, read.
And worship him that made heaven and earth,
okay,
and the sea,
go ahead,
and the fountains of water.
Go ahead.
And there followed another angel saying,
that's the first. That's the first right there. Now the second angel about to come and bring you the next thing. This is number 2. All right. Read.
Revelation 14:8. And there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen. It's fallen.
We're the only one that teaches the destruction of America, man. Everybody else trying to get comfortable in America. When you look at IUIC, when you look at ISUPK, they're not desperate for this place to be bought down. You know what I'm saying? They telling people to go out and get a big, nice house. We don't live up on the cardboard boxes. Like, we got to live in this society too. You see what I'm saying? But we're not getting comfortable and complacent over here, right? You know what I'm saying? The scripture says, "Be ye as pilgrims upon the earth," right?
Saying, Babylon is fallen. It is fallen, that great city, because she made all the nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
Right. And this is a big way she did that, man. This is pedophile right here, man. That's one of the ways she did it. When you go in the book of Revelations, I want to say around the 6th chapter, it talks about those 3 unclean spirits, man, which is his government system, his military, and his religion, man. Those are those 3 unclean spirits that Esau used to go and deceive the whole world. All right? And the whole world is drunken off of those 3 unclean spirits. Read on, bro.
Revelation 14:9. And the third angel followed them.
Okay, so this is the phase 3. Okay, we do both of those. The first angel came, the second angel came, this is the third one. All right? And it's going to show that we're the ones, not just saying because we don't know, we're going to just, Lord willing, that we up that number. But when it comes down to the description of the elect, it's a high probability, man, from the elders on down, bro, that we're those people.
The scripture say, well, put on that 4 as the elect. You know? We coming out.
We fulfilling these prophecies. All right? Read on, brother.
Revelation 14:9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark.
They're the only ones that push that chip.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, they don't push that chip. What you about to say, brother?
Like I always say, somebody got to grab the bull by the horn. Somebody got to take it up and say, hey, we did that.
Right.
These other alphabet groups, they're not going to fucking do it.
They don't want to, that's the thing with Jake. Jake complacent and they don't want to be held to a higher standard.
Right.
Yeah.
And before these niggas sit up there and declare themselves as they like, they'll go up and uplift fucking Lucky Charms cereal, man. Fucking niggas, man. You niggas is bug outs, man. A lot of you niggas is just bug outs. That's why we proclaim it, man. We're putting it in. We're putting it in the air, man. We 50 Cent song, ready to men that publish the word. So we're publishing it, man. We're calling it how we see it. We look at the elect, man. You know? And like Elder Tahar say, 9 times out of 10 the elect is already sealed. This is the fucking end, man.
I mean, the eyes of the Most High, he already know he's gonna be sealed.
Yeah, man.
So technically, yes, they are sealed. Did not the scripture say the Lord proclaimed the ending from the beginning? You know?
If any man
matter of fact, a lot of the 144,000 is already predestined anyway, man, pertaining to Romans 8:29, man.
Hey, you seen that shit? You just seen
Go
that?
ahead, brother.
You seen that? The bitch holler out the window, white power. We're in the end, man.
That's beautiful. We want that.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Let it sing out, ring out.
That's what we out here to do. That's what we out here to do is upset these unclean spirits.
Hey, the bitches in Paris 3 times to sit at the parking lot right here looking and then come back and talk about white power, man. Well, yo, fucking white power is finna be destroyed, man. Right? Your white power and your black scooters, man. You that was a fucking going on.
Because I got it.
That's right, man. That shit,
If any
that shit
man
all
worship
good,
the
man.
beast and his image
Fucking
and
cowards,
receive
man.
his mark in his forehead or in his hand.
All right, do not we push that about the chip, but you
That's
got
right,
other
brother.
guys out there that's telling you, oh, that's not the chip, that's the embargo or Christianity. Catholicism, all this foolishness, right? All right, go ahead, bro.
Revelation 14:10.
White woman and
The
shit.
saints shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High.
Who shall drink of the wine, of the wine of the Most High?
The same.
Okay.
Which
the
is
same. All right. These same people that receive that walk, right, is gonna receive that well, man. Right. You know. Go ahead.
Which is poured out without mixture.
Right, man. So that's it. Like I say, man, those are the three principles that single out the will of the Lord from these pseudo-isms. You got it, bro.
All right, going back, making a point about the singing, scriptures. What was it? It was the
Harp singing the new song.
Yeah, singing. This is Matthew 11:17, and this is why a lot of people don't get it. You know what I'm saying? It says, "We have piped unto you, and ye have not danced." We singing this truth to you. You know what I'm saying? The thing is, you don't understand the song. It's like going into a club that says hip hop and you playing bagpipes in the motherfucker. That's how it is. That's how it is to 2/3, bro. They just can't understand it.
Hey,
you know what
and
I'm saying?
like Elder Gabar said on one of the live feed, he say when you get in the car, some of that music be too loud. Jake, cut that shit down, man. I don't want to hear that shit, man. It's too loud. You can't receive that knowledge like that, man.
Right.
Go ahead, bro.
It says, and ye have not danced. We have warned unto you. We telling you, bro, this is our captivity. Like, bro, you gotta wake the fuck up. Jake want this soft spirit. Like, bro, if I'm telling you the house is on fire, this shit right around your ass. You want me to come in lightly and be like, hey man, you know this bitch gonna burn down.
I'm gonna burn. This is burning, huh?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, smoke down.
Yeah. Bro, this is screaming at the top of our lungs, bro, for you to dance to this fucking song, but everybody not gonna get it. Okay, it says, and ye have not lamented. You know what I'm saying? Hey, 2/3 not gonna get it, bro. You know what I'm saying? We can bring out all the scriptures to you, blow in your face. You know what I'm saying? You can bring out precept upon precept. You can bring out history. You know we went to slavery. You know we was right.
So what do you think we're gonna be or not gonna be able to do?
And Wisdom of Solomon, it basically spake on it how the Lord had to take Yahushua away, because if not, 2/3 basically would have made him go up.
Right.
You know?
Right.
It's no convincing 2/3, bro.
Right.
They can't get right.
Yeah, they can't get right spirit.
We want Barabbas. Give us
Barabbas, bro.
Give us Barabbas. Barabbas.
Total ass, radio ass niggas, man.
I'm gonna say this though. I want to make sure I say this before we get it before it lost my mind, before it got out of my mind. But we out here in Lafayette, Louisiana, man. So all you brothers out in this area, man, you know what I'm saying? You know, we know y'all out there. See what I'm saying? So, hey, the prophet's here, man. You know, so you don't have no excuse, man. You know what I'm saying? This is why we named it groundbreaking in Lafayette, man. You know, these brothers from Lake Charles, the brothers been going hard swinging that sword, man. You know what I'm saying? Got the brothers from New Orleans, the brothers from Baton Rouge, man. This is the last little seal in South Louisiana, man.
Down that I-10.
I-10. This is the last stretch of I-10 right here. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, man. Hey, years back, we used to damn near give up on Louisiana.
Fucking desert,
You know? You know, so that's pretty much all I wanted to say, man. Like, you know, I mean, if y'all brothers had anything y'all want to get into, I'm kind of like, yeah, something you want to get into it? Okay. But like I said, man, we in Lafayette. You some sincere brothers out there. You know what I'm saying? That's in this area watching the video. You might not be watching it right now, but if you're watching tomorrow or something like that, man.
Contact the page.
Yeah, contact the page, and we'll send you an email. On that email, you can just send your contact information. And we go from there. Like I said, if you're in the Lake Charles area, this the head of the Lake Charles campus, Brother Kalal right here, man. I don't want to put y'all brothers in y'all business, you know what I'm saying? Y'all tell y'all names now. You know, these brothers from Lake Charles, if you're in the Lake Charles area, man, get with these brothers. Tell me y'all YouTube channel and stuff, man. Chosen 12.
GMS Chosen 12 tribe.
GMS Collab.
GMS joining to the Lord.
GMS Chicago, GmsLouisiana. Then we also with a brother Wadu. Got the brother Wadu over there. This brother, he's in the Lafayette area, man. You know what I'm saying? So there's no excuse, man. Come out that closet, brother.
Hey, if I interject, and we're not recruiting either, man. Like, hey, brothers that feel you how about them outside is right in according to the spirit, man. I mean,
you gotta be chosen.
Yeah, we ain't looking for brothers to come out here, be on the comic board, taking your pom. Hey, man, I love how y'all brothers doing it. Keep pushing. Follow one. Hey, fuck all that, man. Hey, bro, the Most High selling his elect. The rivers of living water are going strong. If you want to get built up and get this truth, that's what the brother talking about. Come out here and get fed and eat. Aside from that, man, all that pump shit on the comic board.
I mean, that's
room,
cool
man.
if you doing the work. If
Yeah.
you doing the work, I mean, do it unlimited. Get on there and say what you want to say.
Like me and the brother Kaya be saying like when Apostle Ball came on the scene, he like, hey, I don't care what y'all niggas got going on. We here to do this work, bro. We trying to get the hell up out of here. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
Come. And we know for sure, you know, I'm speaking as a man, but we know for sure analytically, we got hundreds of people in the greater Lake Charles area, the greater Lafayette area, the greater New Orleans area, the greater Baton Rouge area, that's looking at every camp week in and week out, and you don't want to come out there because you afraid of men. You don't want to, you're caring what men say of you. All right, and then and a lot of y'all are comfortable with making parody videos and just sitting behind the keyboard and putting precepts together, man. Most High not dealing with that. He said make your body a living sacrifice, man. Esau is a fucking devil. He's a warring lion. He's ready to kill every man out here, man. And we talking about literal death. Like he's ready to put me in a death out here. Every brother that come out here is putting their life on the line. They're being a living sacrifice, literally. So aside from that, man, if you're not out here doing what you see the brothers doing, pushing this truth, making your body a living sacrifice, you're not doing nothing, man. You just
I'm gonna say too, on this last quarter for the I-10 belt, looking at birds, I made the video on purpose. We breaking ground because now that we've broken ground, now it's time to water it, man. And you see that they need to come on and sprout up, man. You know, this is the last of the hoorah right here, man. You know, and maybe Streetport and brothers wake up.
Got Streetport, Monroe.
Yeah, but this that main vein. Yeah, this that main vein.
It's the main artery down here, man.
Yeah, man.
I-10 Lafayette, Baton Rouge, New Orleans.
So, like, on the spiritual note, you brothers need to come on out, man. We don't have that long, man. The Lord said He's going to make His men quick understanding, man. In these last days, you got to come out here and get it, man. You got to get under the brothers and pretty much get this word, man, as fast as possible, man.
So you brothers up there in North Louisiana, man, we get on Streetport all the time, man. Streetport, damn near about the size of Baton Rouge, man. Y'all definitely supposed to have a camp out there, man. What the hell are y'all doing, man? I know you got guys. I mean, remember the dude, Edom Smell? I know you remember him, y'all.
Yeah, I remember him.
Edom Smell, man. He from up there in Shreveport. I know he ain't the only one, even though he's a bug out. I know he's not the only one.
Get your ass off them bootlegs and fucking hawk road and shit and get your ass on the highways, man.
No excuse, man. So with that, man, y'all brothers and anything, take us out with it.
All right, this is Zephaniah chapter 1, verse 12. And it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles and punish the men that are set up on their lease. They say in their heart, the Most High will not do good, neither will He do evil. When you go into that word lease, it goes back to the word tomorrow, which means to be one to watch. So, and read that over. I can read it over. It's Zephaniah chapter 1, verse 12. And it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles and punish the men that are settled on their lease.
Hey, this is a camera right here. Right? This camera is settled. Yeah, this camera is settled in Lafayette, Louisiana, man. So the Lord put the spotlight on you, brother.
Tell them about Lafayette, you're a walk now.
You're a walk.
Spotlight on
Hey, we don't want to get too deep. You know how you fucking boneheaded Christians, there ain't nothing but Luciferians out here, man. Now that might go over your head, man. Ain't nothing but light bearers out here, man.
I got one more. It's Ecclesiastes chapter 11 and verse 1. Cast thy bread upon the water, for thou shalt find it after many days. Give a portion to 7, and also to 8, for thou knowest not what evil shall be upon the earth. So, hey man, you think, like the brother was just saying, that you think that's in the Lafayette area, you Lake Charles area, New Orleans, Baton Rouge. If you watching this video, hey bro, take heed, because you don't know when the hell this could pop off. You know what I'm saying? Stop bullshitting and get off your ass and on your feet.
Right, and that bread is what we throwing out
true.
there.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? If you throw a piece of bread out there in a lake where fish is, that fish gonna come. And he gonna eat.
The ones that's hungry.
Right. And if you there every week, that fish is gonna constantly come because you're like, man, my last meal came from over here. So now I'm gonna dwell in this spot and wait for it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you here to get fed, bro.
Hey, I got you a precept.
House of David is in Louisiana.
I get off that refinery at, man. Come breathe in some of that the most I giving out, man.
I got you a precept, brother. This is Romans 12:1. I beseech you, therefore, Akim, by the mercy of Yahweh, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto Yahweh, which is your reasonable service.
Hey, that's what the men of Yahweh was set up to do. They was gonna do it from jump.
This the bitch talking about white power right here. Hey, this the bitch talking about white power right here. Watch this bitch, man. Let's talk.
Romans 12.
Look like that motherfucker. It was 3 women. It was 3 women in this bitch. Yeah, it was 3 women.
Hold up. Just backing up the brother. He said they said it on the scripture. This roughly translating the scripture also say be doers of the word right here. And you do behind the comment board, just sitting there. What are you doing?
Come on, brother.
All right, and I got a precept backing up brother Kalal. We piped and tea, but we didn't dance. You know, this is Psalm 33. I'm gonna start at I'm gonna read verse 2 and 3. Praise Yahweh with heart, sing unto him with the psaltery and an instrument of 10 strings. This verse 3, sing unto him a new song, which what we doing, this is the new song that we bringing out. It say, play skillfully with a loud noise, all right? And that's what we doing. We out here speaking to you, all right? We being loud with this. Who don't know about the Israelites, and what are you doing?
Hey, we ain't giving excuses to somebody we sick, man. You got brothers that's sick, and you got brothers that got sickle cell, you got brothers that got different ailments. And still, you got brothers that got broke arms, all type of shit. It's scripture says it's better than going in the kingdom mangled, man. You know, than going there home, man. What's your excuse? You got brothers out here that really jacked up, man. Jacked up, man.
Not being funny, bro. But it's saying that, man, like I said, man, it's like, I mean, this particular person in this area, man, it's like, we've been knowing you for 6 months. I ain't gonna put the business all out there like that, bro. You see what's going on in your fucking area, man, in your territory. You know, you subscribe to the elders of Great Millstone, so what's going on? What's the problem? You know?
I'm being scared, man. That's the way it is. That's it. I'm scared, bro. You ain't no different from us. We put our pants on the same way, bro. Get your ass up off. Get off. Hey, bro, just do the work. It's just that simple, bro. Right. I mean, people make this hard, bro. Hey, it's men bringing this truth out. It's no reason that you can't learn. And if that's the thing, come out here and sit on us. Hey, drink up that milk, bro. And build yourself up in the spirit so you can come out and do it, bro.
They think that going on the highway, you just about to just jump on wood. Just because you can't see what's behind the camera don't mean other brothers' opinions and plans is not different.
But that goes into
you don't have to worry about being on the camera.
That goes into what elders to us. If you're one guy, you need to go to one of these big camps to get built up first. A lot of you guys, you scared. You hit a white motherfucker, you practice some white power, you scared to come out here, man.
Yeah. And you stay, you stay in the area between Lake Charles and Lafayette. These brothers right there in Lake Charles, man. Yeah. Let's say we in New Orleans or something like that, man. You gotta camp in Lake Charles week in and week out, man. There's no excuse.
Yeah, you know, there's no sense to be on the other side preaching sugar cane and rice, man.
Hey, the brother said he was lost in his mind between coming to Lake Charles and Baton Rouge, man. It don't matter. This is one body.
One body.
It didn't matter if you went to Lake Charles, and it made if you came to Baton Rouge. Either or, man.
They got brothers driving hours for this truth, man.
They got elders. They got elders up there in y'all that's driving farmhouses to camping there every weekend. They gonna get other elders there every weekend. So what's
I
your
know the
excuse?
brother from the Boston, here's the Boston camp. I know he can drive like 2 hours to camp. Wasn't it like 2 hours out?
Yeah, it goes every week.
Yeah, it was like 2 hours.
3 of them, the 3 heads. They drive 2 hours every week to Boston County.
What's your excuse?
No excuse. What is 45 minutes to Lake Charles, man?
Hey, real shit. If it was some pussy calling, nigga gonna find his way to that ass, bro.
And be
straight up.
early.
On time.
He'll be waiting, creeping on it, man. Creeping on it.
She been trying to give it to me for the last year, bro. I gotta get over here.
First
They will make, hey, bro, you gonna make excuses for what you want, bro.
First class.
Straight up.
And the niggas be out there at the window like Romeo, man. Throwing a rock at the fucking window. He done in 10 minutes.
Rapunzel, man.
All these a motherfucker. Shit, quick, man. Go ahead,
I was gonna say, so with that, man, you know, no more further need to be said, man. You know, we gonna end it like we always do by giving praises, going out to the heavenly Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. By the name,
Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem, Rakwakadash.
Salutations to all you soldiers out there, man, that's doing these works, man, and piping to the song, bro. You know what I'm saying? Come out the bedroom, Jake. Deck, Kwam Yashal.
Baba Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
And death to America.
Death to America.
You like this, alright?
How you turn it off, right?
You don't know about